Hello everybody, welcome back to another stream. So you join me here for the message in a booster mission from Firefly Aerospace. This is launching on one of their Alpha rockets, and it is set to fly in just under an hour's time. So guys, welcome to the stream. And yeah, it's a very sunny, hot day here in the UK. We have...
Tubblesmeister said don't stand so close to me.
Don't stand too close to you. What? I don't understand that one. I've just got to get my countdown back on because I forgot to change it as per usual. But yes, this is... I can't actually remember the last time Firefly actually had a rocket launch. For some reason, it's sort of one of them ones that you kind of know, but I don't think I... Did I...
Tubblesmeister said the police message in a bottle come on amateur.
The police message in a bottle... Police message in a bottle. Okay, I have truly lost mine. That's truly confused me. I mean, it don't take much, but you know, here we are. So, what is the date today? The date is the 28th of April, and
Tubblesmeister said OFFS.
I'm sorry to disappoint. I'll probably get it if you say it out, but I'm an idiot. Right.
Tubblesmeister said Sting and the Police is a band.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, I understand what you mean now. Yes. Okay, I get it. Right. Where is the countdown timer?
Tubblesmeister said message in a bottle is a song.
Yeah, I know. I got it now. I got it, okay. So, yeah, today's going to be quite fun. We've got quite a good launch. The live stream will be going live in about 2 minutes' time, hosted by NSF, NASA Spaceflight. So that's going to be pretty cool. I'm liking that they're doing a lot more broadcasts. I think they have become a broadcasting channel now. So if we get to see more rockets that way, I'm okay with it. So this is Alpha. So this is the rocket that will be flying today. It is a carbon composite rocket. And
Tubblesmeister said good news, I'm an only child now as dad has disowned you.
Okay, yeah. I'll take that. That's fine. You're going a bit like Daily, just random off topic, but yeah, okay. So, what's going to be happening is basically... hang on, I've just got to work out which Chrome tab is which. Oh no! There we go. Cool. So, today we have this rocket, and it's quite a reasonable sized small rocket. So it can take 1 kilo. 1 kilo. No, it can't. It can take more than that. It could take 1 ton of payload to low Earth orbit, being 300 kilometers, which is pretty cool. And then you can actually do what was SSO was, I can't remember, sun synchronous orbit, and that can take basically half the weight, which is pretty cool. So it's a nice little rocket. It is powered by liquid oxygen and RP1, or rocket propellant 1.
Tubblesmeister said I need the turbo pump.
You need the turbo pump. Yes, it is quite a nice little rocket. I like this. You can just go here, and look at that. It actually shows you the inside of the rocket, which is so cool. But yeah, it's going to be quite a fun launch. We have actually 7 minutes until the rocket launch starts. So this is a carbon composite structure. So it is made out of carbon fibre. Patented propulsion technologies. So they've designed their own engines. I do like this bit. Test like you fly. So basically they test it like SpaceX. You just build it, put it together, you fly it, you check it. And yeah, it's gonna be, I mean, it's quite a little rapid thing. It's very much like Rocket Lab's Electron. It is very, very cool. So there has been some very cool launches already. They have also put a robot on the moon. That is correct. This is the same.
Tubblesmeister said shelf still looks bent.
Yes, the shelf is still bent. Yes, I know. So yeah, this company created a lander, and there it is, which touched down on the mission. Touchdown on the mission? No, touchdown on the moon. Guys, I woke up an hour and a half ago, so I'm tired. Hence why I'm drinking today. I've got 2 drinks actually at the stream. I have Pepsi cherry not cherry, cream soda flavour, and then I have this one, which is strawberries and cream flavour, which I actually got for free because our lovely delivery driver smashed it up while he's driving like a lunatic, and I got a refund on it, and I still got to keep one, so keep the whole lot. So it's pretty good. But this launch today, let's see, is it actually gonna missions? Here we go, upcoming. Here we go. So
Tubblesmeister said, have you then the camera angle because you look less wide?
Do you know why I don't look less wide? I've lost half a stone because I've just not been eating. Like, I noticed off my face, I've lost a bit of weight off my face just by not drinking fizzy and not drinking chocolate really. Apart from the 2-bite brownies from Costco, that's the only problem. But today, it's a dedicated commercial launch. The customer is Lockheed Martin. And look at that, it's so cool. So they have a little trailer that we are going to watch. Guys, you ready? Here we go, let's watch this trailer. It's 51 seconds long. Here we go. Let's have a...
DC. Standard. Propulsion. Structures. Fluid. Stage RE.
5,
TV.
4,
TV.
3, 2.
So this is what we're going to see. Actually looks so sick. Man.
Tubblesmeister said you didn't stop eating at the Hungry Horse.
That's because for the first time in a long time I've actually felt good. There we go, look at that. So that was our little preview of today's rocket launch. That was the static fire and all that. So yeah, it's going to be quite good. Mission imagery. Oh, this is cool. See, this is what I want SpaceX to go back to. Like, since they've been on X, they've...
Tubblesmeister said you didn't look it up.
You didn't look it up. I didn't look it up. I didn't look it up. I I think I'm going crazy. But yeah, so is this Flickr? Oh my god!
Tubblesmeister said OFFS.
I told you I woke up an hour ago, so I'm still a little bit. But SpaceX used to.
Tubblesmeister said you didn't look it.
Oh, you didn't look it. Ah, yeah, that's fine. I was having loads of fun going on the roller coaster. Really, really good. I think literally the other day was the first day I felt good. Yesterday I had a bit of a, but all good now. Right, so this is pretty cool actually. Oh, it's Trevor. I actually follow the guy on Facebook. Damn, look at that. It looks so cool. I mean, legit. I would love just to go to one of these and just take a photo like this. Wow. That is actually so sick.
Tubblesmeister said Jess on the other hand beautiful even with ketchup in her hair.
Oh god, no.
Tubblesmeister said we need to go out more often, Dad.
Yes, we do need to go out more often. We do. It was lots of fun. But today, so how many rockets have they flown?
Tubblesmeister said no we don't.
The rocket launchers have Firefly aerospace launched. So they have launched 6 times.
Tubblesmeister said get back to solitaire you. Tubblesmeister said we need to book a holiday.
Oh, don't talk about holiday. Don't. I want to book a holiday, but then I don't want to book a holiday. If that makes any sense.
Tubblesmeister said absolutely not.
Right. Oh God, what?
Tubblesmeister said no let's talk about holidays.
Let's talk about holidays. France. Let's go to France for 4 days. I could probably afford that, to be fair. Right. Right. Well, they.
Tubblesmeister said can do that. Tubblesmeister said when.
When? I don't know.
Tubblesmeister said.
He said what? No idea.
Tubblesmeister said it's full of French people.
Yeah, but oh, here we go, guys. Oh, I do like this this thing. I think this is pretty cool. The sort of messaging. It's kind of like my banner at the top, but it's got like a cool effect to it. I think I actually want to do. Here we go. I can hear noises of the rocket.
EBDB said morning fellas.
Good morning, EBDB. Welcome to the stream. It is a lovely 10 to 2 in the afternoon here in the UK. Lovely. It's sunny. I'm in shorts. It's, what is it in here? It is just over 70 degrees in the man cave. As you know, it's hotter outside at the moment. Not hotter outside, even though it's cooler. It was. Let's actually have a look. Let's see how much. What's the weather like today? Okay, I've actually lost my weather widget. It is 20 degrees, so it is 69 degrees. Oh, here we go.
Tubblesmeister says thank God we can't see your lower
That was
half.
transition to autonomous mode. We will go for lunch.
Thank you.
Tubblesmeister said afternoon.
3,
You're so mean to me.
1.
That lovely shorts. Look at these shorts. Proper. Oh. Ah! Proper shorts.
Asset operations will continue in C1.
It feels so good to be in shorts.
Tubblesmeister said yeah, but you love it.
T+1 minute.
Oh yes, of course.
Max Q.
I actually need to
Pico.
move this Ethernet cable. I've got an Ethernet cable.
Tubblesmeister said what are those white things?
What are those white things? Do you know what them white things are? There's a tree outside the shed, and it's got like loads of fluffy little white bits. It's awful. It's flying everywhere. Oh. Here we go.
Good morning. If you're looking for a rocket, we've got one on the screen for
Yay,
you. Right
is
now.
that
Welcome
DOS?
To Firefly Aerospace broadcast. It is Flight 6 of
Or is that
Firefly's
Jack?
Alpha
I
rocket.
can't
We are
remember.
currently less than
Tubblesmeister
50
said
minutes
dickhead
away,
it's your
coming up on
pasty
45
white lips.
minutes away. My name is John Galloway with
John.
NASASpaceflight.com.
Okay, it's
Today
John.
we're providing
So
launch
DOS.
media services for Firefly. Today's launch is scheduled for 6:37 a.m. Pacific time, and we've got a
Jeez.
52-minute launch window that's going to close
Woo.
at 7:29. So a little bit of time to get this rocket off the pad this morning. Name of the booster, or name of the mission, actually, is Message in a Booster, and it's coming out of Southern California, SLC-2 at Vandenberg Space Force Base. You can see it there on the map as we zoom in there on the coast. Y'all know how this is, though. I don't like to just talk about rockets by myself. I
Tubblesmeister
get
said,
people
did you
over here
put
that
that
know a lot
rocket
more
on the
about them
tower?
than me. In fact, people that build the rockets. So please, welcome to the
Tubblesmeister said
broadcast
it's
this
bent.
Morgan.
Yes,
This morning,
I did.
Morgan Fiade, who is a composites responsible engineer for Firefly. Good morning, Morgan.
Morning. Good to be here.
I like that. Good Morgan.
Good Morgan. Yeah.
All right. Give us a quick background. You've been on the stream before. Let us know what you do for
Is this
Firefly.
1080?
Yeah, so I'm a composite structures responsible engineer, and what that means is I'm kind of responsible for a lot of the big
Tubblesmeister
big pieces
said,
of
"Oh,
rock,
hello,
all the
Morgan."
big, the propellant tanks.
Oh, of course you would say
I'm
that.
responsible for several of those from design through handoff to integration.
It's like the rocket pieces of the rocket.
Yes, the rocket.
The rocket. Nice. All right. So this morning we're launching a mission for Lockheed Martin. Tell us a little bit about the LM-400 satellite on board.
Yeah, so Lockheed's LM-400 is a tech demo. So there's a brand new satellite. This mission
Tubblesmeister
proves
said
out that
still not as
technology,
good as
and this
SpaceX
is actually
Jessie.
the second mission that Firefly is
No,
launching
no,
for
Jess,
Lockheed
Jessie
Martin,
is
and it's the first of our
unbeatable.
multi-launch agreement.
She's
So, brand
unbelievably
new, It's
beautiful.
kind of an agreement to launch up to 25 alphas for 5 years.
Gotcha. So not just like a 1-2 sort of thing for Lockheed Martin. They're up to 25 different launches in the contract.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a step in the right direction when we start to prove enough trust with our customers to get these multi-mission launches.
Gotcha. And this is the largest payload Firefly's launched to date, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about the size of a fridge.
Tubblesmeister
Like
said
in
I'd
your
beat
kitchen
her.
refrigerator sort of thing.
Gently.
Yeah,
All right.
so last launch we launched several small CubeSats for NASA. This time we're launching a fridge.
All I got to think of is
All right.
killing me
So this morning,
softly.
folks, so far the weather is looking great. I mean, look there out of Vandenberg, you can actually see the rocket, so that's a start for the West Coast.
Yeah.
But weather looking good and proceeding with the count. Now just under 43 minutes.
Tubblesmeister
It's
said,
exciting to see
"Dad, stop
Firefly
it."
doing these multi-launch agreements. It's good to have some business in the hopper there, right?
Yeah, I love job security.
Love job security. Excellent. So far, to get to this point, it's been days on the road towards this launch.
I like how
What's the
they're
team accomplished so far?
changing between the two
So
cameras.
they've
That's
been
really
super
good.
busy, not only in the last
I
couple
like
hours, but in the
that.
last
That
few
is
weeks.
quite
Right.
good.
So even in the past couple days, so we've integrated the satellite to the PAF, even since the last launch attempt.
The PAF is the
Payload attachment.
payload attachment.
Yeah, we've completed final payload checkouts, made sure it's fueled and ready to fly and good to go. We've encapsulated that payload in the fairing, so kind of clamshelled it with the two halves.
Yep.
We've wheeled that out to the barn in the last 2 days and transported it to mate to a horizontal alpha.
Gotcha. That's what you see sort of there.
Tubbles
the
Meister said see
encapsulation
professional
on the
setups.
screen.
Yeah.
Professional
And
setups.
we're out on the pad. The rocket's vertical.
Hey,
We've seen that a few different times. Love the
I can do
reflection
all
shots,
sorts
by
of
the way.
stuff.
Great shot.
That I can do reactions. I can do just me. Hello, my Saturn V.
Let us know over in the chat.
I can
We are
do
gonna
all
be
that
reading
sort of
some
stuff.
of your chats and seeing what is going on over
I did
there.
have outside view as well.
Let's see here, Morgan. To get to here
Christmas.
so far today, the team's been working for basically all night long to get
Yeah.
ready. Let's run through that real quick.
Yeah, so in the last 8 hours, again, these guys have been working overnight. So we've configured the pad for flight. We've started our stage 1 fuel load and our stage 2 fuel load. And we're about to go. In total, it's about 3,000 individual manual steps that they run through on a checklist.
Yep.
Just making
That was
sure
pretty
everything's
cool.
good to
Tubbles
go,
Meister
and,
said
if
hello,
you
bent
come
shell.
to the you're more on-
The shelf is not bent. That's bent down there. Just don't look too closely, okay?
down really quick.
All right, good deal. How are we counting? Down to 41 minutes. It really does make my day that we can see the rocket out there on the pad. We're going to have the sun sort of coming up behind this camera shot here shortly. But one question we get all the time is, will you be able to see the rocket? Here we can see it on the pad. But over the West Coast today, you have lots of viewing opportunities for Alpha. We should get that good
Yeah,
low
people
angle
should
sun
be able to see
illuminating
it.
the plume. Here's a graphic. If you're out there all the way down to LA, be looking to the west. Maybe all the way up to San Francisco, you might be able to see it about a
Wow.
minute after launch. Down in San Diego, of course, look out to your west. This trajectory is going sort of south this morning, so it may fly right past you. And all the way over into the desert states, Las Vegas.
Tubbles Meister
you've
said
got,
for the
New
record,
Mexico
all
in
this
there as well,
abuse is
maybe
not me,
Albuquerque,
Dad,
Portland,
but
maybe
he
a bit
is
of a
right.
stretch,
Hello,
but hey, what do
Morgan.
you have to lose? Let's end the live stream here, and we will let
I
you
could tell.
know when to go outside and look. Now, if you get a good shot, check us on social media. It's Firefly_space. Hey, the best camera is the one that you have. Use your cell phone. Use whatever you have. I don't know if
Tubbles
your
Meister
doorbell
said, is
camera
this
catches
taking
it.
up from
Tag us
Aruba,
on social
Jamaica?
media and let us
Oh,
know what you saw.
I
And
wanna
if you got
take
questions
ya
for us,
Bermuda,
tag us in chat
Bahama.
at Firefly
Come on,
Space
pretty mama,
here
Key
on
Largo,
YouTube. So,
Montego,
Morgan,
baby.
we're going to have some other
Why don't we
Fireflies
go?
here on the broadcast to
Jamaica.
talk
Oh
about
my
Blue
God.
Ghost Mission 1 and the medium
Gotta
launch
love it.
vehicle. But first, let's really quickly talk about the payload on
Right.
Alpha a little bit more.
Yeah, so LM400 for Lockheed Martin is their new multi-mission satellite, and it can serve anywhere.
DDD said I was waiting for it.
I know. You just have to wait for it. Like, it's going to be at some point in the stream. He's gonna do it.
Communications, imaging, and kind of radar use cases.
Oh,
all
man.
that good stuff. So it's actually what inspired our
Alright.
mission name and patch.
It's
The
looking
message
really
in a
nice, I have to say.
Being a
Nice.
communications kind of payload.
In
I'm
fact,
just
let's hear
looking-
more
I
from,
don't think I've
directly
ever
from
really
Lockheed Martin
studied
here about
this rocket that
LM400
much.
as we continue to count down, coming up on
I'm just
T-minus
looking at, like,
39
the-
minutes before launch.
The arms and that. Oh,
Hey there, I'm Robert Lightfoot, president of Lockheed Martin Space. This launch is
Lockheed
a
Martin
historic moment
Space.
for our company, and this collaboration with the Firefly Aerospace team makes it possible. Benefiting from the rapid launch capability from Firefly, our
Tubbles
Lockheed
Meister
Martin
said
team
Aruba,
will not only be
Jamaica.
able to pressure
Oh,
test our
I want to
integrations,
take ya
but also
Bermuda,
drive critical
Bahama.
missions for years to
Come on, pretty mama, Key
This is the
Largo,
first of our many
Montego,
launches in our
baby.
agreement with
Why don't
Firefly,
we go
and
friends
an
for a
important
few
milestone
days?
as we continue to work together. This steady manifest
Why don't we
of
go to
mutually
France?
beneficial for the growth of both our teams. So what is
Oh
this
my
Lockheed
God,
Martin
that'd be so
Planet
fun.
demonstration all about? Simply put, it's about innovation.
yes, we will go to
The launch of
France for a
this
few
LM400
days,
tech
okay?
demo further validates
Oh,
the investment
hello.
we've made to drive down risk for our mid-sized multi-mission LM400 satellite. As a
Uh,
platform, this is our most flexible bus and can be customized to support a variety of missions.
Tubbles Meister
including
said,
remote
"Can I book
sensing,
now?"
Communications,
book
and
now?
imaging in any orbit.
well, look at the
Space
calendar.
launch continues
See
pathfinding,
the 4 days.
Tubbles
See-
Meister said this rocket
showcasing
is
a
bigger
few
than your
on-orbit
pencil
maneuvers,
dick.
operations, and utilizing our SmartSat
Oh my
technology to
God.
demonstrate payload
You're so mean to
initialization
me,
on board.
honestly.
These critical tests will ensure that
Uh,
when deployed on orbit in an official mission scenario, the LM400 will work the first time and every time.
Why?
Today is an exciting day. Launches remind me of the importance of working together, especially to achieve rapid
Where?
development. takes the whole team.
Where?
We're all accountable to the same goal, pushing the boundaries of what's possible to protect, connect, and explore. To the Firefly
Oh.
team, Thanks for your great work on the Alpha rocket. Our industry collaborations are an important part of our mission success, and we appreciate you. And to the Lockheed Martin team, I'm proud of the work you've done here and your continued commitment to the mission. Thank you so much.
Tubbles
Let's go
Meister
for
said,
launch.
"No, Dad, stop it. We're not going anywhere yet."
Hey, it's always good to hear directly from the customer there. Now, Firefly's been up to all
That was very
sorts
cool.
of different things if you've been following along. In fact, recently Firefly became the first company to successfully land on the moon, first private company to land on the moon back on March 2nd. Now, that was part of NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Services initiative. And so we've got somebody here to talk about Blue Ghost. It's Ariana Miri, who's a spacecraft engineer at Firefly. Good morning, Ari.
Tubbles Meister said,
I'm
"Are
doing
you
pretty
streaming
well. Let's
tonight?"
talk through the successful mission and
Yes,
sort of
I
the
will be
launch
streaming
and the
tonight.
trip to the road
I
trip
don't
to the
know
moon
what
that,
we're going to
Blue
be
Ghost
doing. We
performed.
might be
Yeah, it
playing
was an incredible
GTA
mission done by an
Enhanced
incredible
on the
team.
PC.
Want to recap our trip
Not
there.
quite sure yet.
So we launched out
So we might be
on
doing some
January
mods
15th.
and stuff like that. It'd be
And that
quite
was
fun, I
about
reckon.
25 days we spent after that in Earth orbit. And at that point, John, the mission's already starting.
BBDB
so
said they mean crash land on the moon.
Yes,
some of the
it
payloads
was a bit
actually
of a-
accomplished their primary mission
Yeah,
in this
it
Earth
was
orbit
quite
phase.
funny, actually.
Well, long before it was even on the moon.
That's correct. You know, they want to.
Tubbles Meister said, "And rocket at 2."
Radiation, not
Rad, like
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes, there was
Depending, you know, if
a
you're at 2C, this is
Starlink
rad.
mission,
So, yeah,
isn't
you can see
it?
the
At
separation
like
under the
2
sun.
o'clock?
Yep.
And then
Probably
at
do
25
that,
days
yeah.
in Earth orbit. After this, we did our TLI, or our translunar injection. So you
Right.
can see we're getting farther away from the Earth.
Earth
and-
sort of
Right,
receding in the
okay.
background.
That's exactly right. It
Uh,
took 4 days to get.
Our
from the Earth
liddles
to
might
the
be
moon.
getting smaller,
And
guys.
After that, we did our LOI, or lunar
Uh,
orbit insertion, which, as the name suggests, put us in lunar orbit.
Uh-oh.
Sort of slamming on the brakes to get captured by the moon, I guess.
That's exactly right. And we spent another 16 days getting these awesome glory shots.
Nice.
Yep.
All the craters down there below as you sort of fly over the surface of the moon. Is that beautiful as a software engineer
Shit.
dealing with where you should
Wow.
Go?
Yeah, it's
That's not
beautiful
good.
for your eyes, but you know, all we see is don't land there, don't land there, don't land there. No. Yeah, incredible
Tubbles
imagery.
Meister said,
Here you see on the left we have
WTF.
our X-band antenna.
I
Yep.
think
Right,
the
that's our Lexi payload.
center
Lexi is an
is
X-ray
going to be
imager
getting
who's
smaller.
studying the interaction
So I
between
think-
solar winds and Earth's magnetic
But I
field.
can't.
And
It
that
says it
bright
might
dot
be
in the back, of course,
relocating,
is Earth.
Is the Earth.
but I'm not
Excellent.
sure.
Just so much imagery coming back from the mission, and so much
I
of
mean,
it
it's
was shared
Daily
on social
Mail,
media
so
by
you never
Firefly.
really
It
know.
was a fantastic mission to watch.
Yeah,
What?
and especially this day, that was final descent.
'Cause I
on
know
March 2nd,
Peacocks
when we did our DOI,
says
descent orbit insertion,
when you
which
get
was
when you buy
safety
something from
software
there,
on the surface of
it
the moon.
actually comes up
And again,
with
generated some of the
the
best
one
imagery
at
Look at
Country
this.
Market.
Yeah, including this video
Look at
of
that.
Blue Ghost's shadow descending on the surface, which is
That's
insane.
so cool.
And we have our our flying rock.
There it
Love
goes.
that.
It almost made it to Earth. Not really.
I love that flying rock.
Tubbles
so,
Meister
the
said,
iconic
"I'm
silhouette
hella
shot. And
confused."
So now that we've
Yeah,
landed,
hella
Blue Ghost,
confused.
This is now back-to-back payload operations on the surface
Right.
until March 16th. which
I'll
was
send
Lunar
it
Night,
to
and
you.
thus
What the
end
hell?
of Blue Ghost Mission 1.
Gotcha. So there on the surface of the moon, you had already been doing some science en route, but you successfully touched down. You got that amazing image
I
of the sort of
cannot
silhouette
find-
right there on the top
I've
of that
lost
hill.
it.
It's almost like that moon
No.
landing was planned and well engineered, I think. But let's talk about the science that was done on the surface of the moon. There was a little bit of bonus science to start.
Tubbles
not
Meister said,
unexpected
"Oh,
event.
that
We knew it
landing
happening,
was
it's
just
not
like the
in
one at
mission plan
Universal."
originally.
That's exactly right. Because this lunar eclipse that we got a photo of was not
Oh,
part of the
that's
Blue Ghost requirements,
cool.
but
Yep.
it's kind of a right place, right time kind of thing. And so while the Earth was seeing
Wow.
a lunar eclipse from the moon's perspective, that was the Earth eclipsing the sun, so which gave this awesome shot and cast that shadow onto the moon, which makes it look
It's
red
sort
from
of
the Earth.
turning red, yeah.
That's exactly right. And so it took our solar power away, so we had to operate off battery power. For
Probably got a lot
while.
colder too, right?
Yes, it did. It got cooler, which nothing Blue Ghost couldn't handle, and it gave our payloads another unique environment to operate in.
That's
learn
pretty
from.
cool. I didn't think
Gotcha.
of
So let's
that.
hit a couple of these specific mission or specific payloads really quickly. Starting off with LMS.
Yeah, a lot of exciting payloads on this mission. LMS is our Lunar Magnetotelluric Sounder.
It's easier to say LMS.
Yes, we call it LMS for short. So this is a deployable payload. You can see it being launched there on a spring launcher. That's
Yep.
our electrodes shooting out.
It's like the moon taser.
The LMS is designed to measure the moon's electric and magnetic fields to help us better understand.
So this is
thermal
basically
evolution
them
and
just
how
saying what they've
change
achieved
Right.
formation.
with
we've
the
got
lunar
multiple directions
lander.
to get a wide range of measurements.
We've got LPV.
Yes, that's Lunar Planet Vac. So that payload was able to successfully collect, transfer, and sort lunar soil, and that was a tech demo
for a sample return mission.
You can sort of see there, I mean, the entire moon is already a vacuum, so having a vacuum doesn't help you much. It sort of blew the regolith into the
That's
collection
exactly
area.
correct. You don't have that pressure difference, so it's kind of pulling it back, shoving it back up into itself. And
Yep.
Then, yep, that's exactly. And it's, yeah, very good.
We also made a hole in the moon, I think, right?
Yeah, we did. So we have
Small hole.
Lister.
Oh, wow.
Lister is the first pneumatic drill on an interplanetary body and the first robotic scientific instrument. You can see it drilled in there about 3 feet into the lunar surface.
Yep.
It was measuring the flow of heat through the moon's interior. at
That's
different-
crazy.
Everywhere.
Again, flying rocks. We love the flying rocks.
Well, it looks like you might have got some dust on stuff.
That's exactly right. And if you're worried about that dust, not to worry, because EDS, our electrodynamic dust shield, was able to successfully lift and remove dust from glass and thermal radiator surfaces. So this is using electric fields. This is not like a mechanism or robotic arm. So
Like
you save
Wow.
You have servos or brushes or something like that. This is literally just energy.
That's exactly right. And dust is a huge problem on the moon. It's very, abrasive and it sticks to everything. So this is a mission saver. If you're talking about something
Tubblesmeister
like
said
solar
there it is
panels
the
or
C
other
word.
mission-critical components.
Like cameras. I like
There
cameras.
is the C word.
Picture didn't happen,
Picture
The
didn't
C
happen.
word.
I like to keep the dust off of the optics there,
Crap.
so that would be my interest in that. It really has been an incredible mission to watch. What's next? Like, we landed on the moon. It was a solar power spacecraft. It operated from lunar sunrise to lunar sunset. A couple hours into the night there on the moon. Was there any possibility it might come back to life?
Yeah, unfortunately, Blue
No.
Ghost Mission 1 was designed not to survive lunar night. It was a lunar day mission.
It was a lunar day mission.
But that is a capability we're working on for future missions. Wink, wink. So,
Wink, wink, nudge.
keep up
nudge.
the-
Tubblesmeister
Ooh.
said crazy.
But we did, as you said, manage to operate 5 hours into lunar night, and that gave us an awesome image of the lunar sunset. There it is right there, yep.
Excellent.
I'm partial to Earth's sunset, but this
There's
one's
more
nice.
color in the Earth's sunset. Our atmosphere helps with that.
That's right. And as you said, for what's next, we have 120 gigabytes of data that NASA and the Firefly teams are working to learn more about and analyze, and hopefully these will unlock new insights to help future missions to the Moon,
Damn.
Mars, and hopefully beyond.
120 gigabytes. I'd say that's a ton of data, but I don't know how much a gigabyte weighs.
I
So
cannot tell. We're the lightest payload flights
the
off,
lightest payload is the gigabytes. Nice.
and the most valuable, maybe.
And the most valuable.
Yeah.
All right. So, folks, Blue Ghost, fantastic mission to watch. Ari, thank you so much for joining us and giving us a little insight into your work and the mission there on the road trip out to the moon. We really can't see enough of the Blue Ghost mission, so we're going to roll a little bit more footage for you
Nice.
here. And when we come back, we're going to talk about MLV.
Blue Ghost Riders, the path to the stars is no longer limited to nations alone.
Oh,
Firefly is
stage 1
building the road to the
engine
next
pre-chill.
frontier, with one mission and one dream at a time. Tonight, we didn't just reach another mission milestone. Together, we created a moment in history.
Look at that. Honestly, this launch and this whole mission would have been so cool to be a part of.
Tubblesmeister said that's the mode I'm in. EBDV said when's the next Starship launch?
Next Starship launch, well, I mean, it's hard to judge really because everything's kind of, we don't really know where anything is in terms of the actual, the booster we think is fine. The ship, I mean, it's really sort of an unknown. It could be in 2 weeks' time, it could be in 4 weeks' time. Like, we don't actually know. SpaceX have gone very quiet actually. When did they post? When did they last post about Starship? So it's been a while
All right,
ago.
y'all, we are currently
Y'all.
under 29 minutes to launch as
When
we
did
continue to
they-
count down towards that T0 here coming up
It
this morning
was
for Alpha Flight
beginning of the
6.
month,
We've
I
got
think.
another familiar face for you here. On the stream, we have Miles Gray, who's the chief engineer for MLV at Firefly. How's it going, Miles?
Pretty good.
How you
Trying to
doing this
find
morning?
it now.
Tubblesmeister said I
I'm doing
find
great.
it
He's
strange
doing
that
great.
everyone in the
Alright.
car cheers
Tell us
like
a little
that
bit
when I
about,
finally
MLV,
park.
the medium launch vehicle.
Yeah, MLV is like a big old reusable Alpha.
Yeah.
It's got more engines.
Oh.
It's a lot
Where
bigger.
the
It's
hell?
like 192 feet long, 14.
Mate, it's
change
gotta be-
wide, so it's way bigger than Alpha.
Right.
Yeah, beginning of the
almost
month.
fits inside of it.
Yeah,
not supposed to, but you know.
super similar.
So the 3rd of
construction,
April
still
was the
carbon
last
fiber
time they
tanks,
tweeted
tap-off engines, all
about
that jazz.
Is it fair to
space,
say you used a
about
bunch of things
Starship.
that you learned flying Alpha and designing Alpha?
So-
you know,
Tubbles Meister said, and I'm like, hey, did anyone die?
Big sister, big brother, whatever. Of almost every.
No, but everyone's plastered against the side of the
reuse
car like
it?
that.
Did you use the engineering, or are there some
In
similar?
some cases, it's straight up reuse. In others, in most cases, I would say it's probably taking a small thing and then making it bigger.
Making it bigger.
Sticking it in there.
So the engines, like on Alpha, we've got the Reaver and the Lightning engine. Are we continuing the theme on MLV?
Yes. So the
Tubbles
Lightning
Meister
Reaver,
said,
the
I did
Miranda,
well then, LOL.
Miranda's like, is 210,000 pounds compared to Reaver at like 45. So it's a little less than 5 times bigger.
No kidding. And how does the thrust compare there between, let's say, Reaver and Miranda?
There's nothing
Yeah, it's
about
almost 5 times bigger. So
Starship
it's
at all
a
been
lot
mentioned.
larger. It's very noisy. We're making through qualification
Starship.
right now. We've got the verification engines out there already.
Yeah.
And as you can see here, this is a mission duty cycle on Miranda.
Tubbles Meister said it's
so
at pole time
206
yet.
seconds.
Okay,
this
yeah.
is not full power. We're working up to full power right now.
No kidding.
But even at under full power, it's crazy loud.
It's a big engine.
Yeah, our neighbors are bad.
Good deal. So this test firing, it's not just an engine on paper. You're thinking about MLV. You
There
have
we
actual
go.
hardware that
The
you
poll is up, guys.
Yeah, there's
Check it out.
We're working.
Put what
we've
you
got a lot of
want.
Stuff,
See where we go
making its
today.
way through the factory at any given moment.
I'm
Good
still
deal.
just
I'm
trying
wondering
to
if we're just
find.
gonna watch this
Tubbles
entire
Meister
test
said
here. I'd
head
be fine
mod
with
taking it seriously.
Yeah.
We've
Oh
also-
wow,
I've got 2
okay.
buttons already.
Good, no.
We've also got a Vera here. This is
so
Vera.
we have Lightning and Reaver are kind of
Oh,
different size
wow.
engines on Alpha. We have basically the same engine twice on.
Is that just straight up
MLB. We
copper?
have Miranda on the first stage and then Vera on the second stage. The only real difference is the chamber shape. So
Okay.
it's the same pump. It's exactly the same pump, same head end. It's just we've vacuumed
That is very
optimized
cool.
Miranda, and that's Veranda.
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 Thank you. All right, and not only the engines you're working on, but you've got a main body structure.
Yeah. We have our flight tanks are built. We're
Wow.
making our way through there. We have all of the components. We haven't have it. It's not gotten out to test yet.
Right.
So there's still some final bonding and stuff that we still have to do, but all the big pieces are there.
When you say it's bigger, I mean there is a good sense of scale in terms of the folks walking in front of it. I mean,
it's a human hamster wheel. It's gigantic.
a human hamster wheel is it?
Alpha.
Oh my
you can
God, I
basically
would
touch
love-
both sides
Right.
at the same time. It's like
So
60
they are making a bigger
Not even
rocket.
close on MLV there.
Yeah.
All right, and then we need a place on the rocket to attach the engines as well. So I think y'all are also working on the engine.
Yeah,
bay,
we've got this
engine structure?
basically all composite engine bay. So that's our thrust structure. That's kind
Tubbles
of the most
Meister said he
complicated,
looks younger than me.
structural element. There's a lot of pieces.
Right.
And you're really that's a
He
big
does
hard
look
structural
very,
problem to
very
get all of
young.
the thrust of those engines and shear that out to the walls, right? So that ends up being a elaborate structure, and it's very pretty too. This doesn't do it justice, and I suspect we might never show it because
It's complicated.
it's complicated and cool, and like we maybe
Tubbles
don't wanna
Meister
tell people
said
about it, but
looks
it's-
thinner too.
It's really cool.
We want to tell you how complicated and cool it is. We
Oh,
don't want to
man.
show you exactly how the problem's been solved
it's
by Firefly
beautiful.
engineers.
So
Trust me.
last
It's
night,
beautiful, trust me.
Starlink
Excellent.
launch
So
was
what's next for MLB? We've got hardware. You're
250th
starting to test things like
dedicated
engines and stuff like that.
Starlink
What's coming up?
launch.
Yeah, so we're
How
doing
insane
qualification on
is
Miranda
that?
now. So the qual engine will come out in a few months. We have verification engines already. Those are kind of like a lesser qualification engine.
Right.
The flight hardware is in production, like I mentioned. So that flight tank's going to get built. We'll ATP it and bring it in and start integrating everything onto it.
ATP.
Acceptance test
When is
procedure. So that's you do that to every single component before you fly it. You have to make sure that it's like everything's in working order. Then
Right.
we'll qualify our tanks, and then we'll be ready to go.
How are we looking on timeline there? Like, are we years away from MLV? Is it coming down the pipe
It'll be in
fast?
2026. We're going to ship it in 2025. So, yeah, it's coming up. We've got an exciting December ahead of us.
An exciting December.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we got
where are
like
we
4
launching
rocket
out of?
launches
Is that one coming
today.
out of Vandenberg, like Alpha?
I've just
Or is
seen.
that one
So they got
next?
Starlink.
EBB said we have to
that's,
use paper straws.
Pad
Meanwhile,
0A
billionaires
at
get
the
to
Wall
launch
Flight
rockets
Facility.
all
It's
day
in
long and
Virginia,
fly around in their
on
jets.
that
Oh
dump
yes,
and
that
stuff.
is
Yeah.
so true.
Fatigue.
So
Yeah.
true.
Nice.
You know,
Austin's a great place to
we
watch launches. You
stop
get
it
so
to
close
save
the
the
vehicle, you sort of
turtles.
see them going with all that nature
Eating
around.
oysters the whole
Do you know
time.
what I
Oysters
say?
the whole
Fuck
time.
the
Nice.
turtles.
Anything else? I mean, getting ready for first flight. in
I don't like
2026,
turtles
everything looks
anyway,
like it's
so
going pretty
why?
well.
Yeah, I mean, so far
Why
so good.
keep them?
We're just
What do they actually
chugging through
do?
it, right?
Just chugging through it.
Yeah.
with the new
Tubbles
medium
Meister
launch
said
vehicle.
don't start on the straw debate.
Excellent. So here we're going to see a little bit more about MLV. We've got
Oh, I
a little
love
bit of
it.
a highlight reel to roll for you. Miles, so early in the morning, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, folks, it's Miles Gray, the chief
Oh my
engineer
God.
for MLV over at Firefly.
Oh. Oh my god. That was like Pac-Man. A 7-axis robot. Hang on. X, Y. Oh, okay, so it can turn as well. Like it can do circles. Oh, okay.
All right, there you go, folks.
EBDB said
MLV getting
SpaceX
ready.
is
We saw
blowing
some,
up rockets
structures
over the
work there, I
oceans
think,
every
Morgan,
other
didn't
month
we?
full of
Yeah, that's
methane,
been
which is
a
a
lot of my
terrible
work for the
greenhouse
last year
gas.
has
Exactly,
been
yeah.
on
No,
MLB
that's
Good deal. So we
definitely
are coming
worse
up
than a
very
few,
rapidly on
a
ready
few
report
plastic
that happened before
straws.
terminal count. To give us some really quick background, we don't want to miss this. We know it's happening.
Hopefully
fast,
the
Morgan.
next one
Yeah,
doesn't
so
blow
the
up.
launch directors
Hopefully we
LC will ask for a
finally
go or
get
no from each
to
of
set,
every person
to
in the
engine
group.
cut off.
Right.
So it's going to be range
And
and operations lead.
we just
it's gonna
need
be
it.
A payload lead.
Ooh.
And over 20 alpha subsystem leads who each have their own team who are looking at data, monitoring the health of the rocket, and making sure that they say go when it's time to say go.
When they say go, and again, it's not just one person. Each
Oh my
person
God.
represents an entire team of people.
See, a
working on
year ago
specific,
I started watching
part of the
Fallout.
system or rocket or operation. You've got payload people. You've got
Wow.
structures people. You've got
That's been a
propulsion
very
people.
quick
We'd
year.
like to mention them too, I guess. Sort of important for the rocket flight there.
Oh
but
my God.
that is
Transition the
coming
flight
up
computer
in
into
just
emergency
about.
shutdown.
Oh,
Nope.
To the direct vehicle state update in the GUI.
GUI? You mean
Let's
a
listen in.
graphical user interface?
It's the RC on Countdown 1. The source selection server is changing and minor data lags are expected at this time. Switching to ETRS 44 Alpha.
Oh. Okay, we've gone quiet. I'm just going to open my settings quick. Ah, typical. I knew it was going to open there. Why is it always open in the wrong place? Right. Oh, bang. Terminal count poll. Are we going to hear it or are we not going to hear it?
This is the launch conductor
Oh.
on the countdown net with a ready report for terminal count.
Here we go.
RC,
Go.
FSW,
Go.
GSW, GNC, go. Prop 1,
Go.
Fluids 1,
Hold.
Oh,
Structures,
Go.
AVI,
AVI go.
that's not good.
FDS,
Go.
GC,
Go.
VC,
Go.
PMM,
Go.
LWO,
Go.
FISPO,
Go.
NIFCO, OSM, ROC,
Go.
MA,
Go.
CE,
Hold.
LD,
Oh,
Let's
circle back at 17. Give us 2 minutes.
copy 17,
ah! There's a. Okay, so it looks like we might just have a little bit of a extension on the time.
All right, so in the poll there,
In work.
It looks like there was a little bit of a
all right, in
fuel
the poll there,
problem.
we actually heard a hold, I believe, on the fluids call and a circle back at T-minus 17 minutes. So we've got about a minute and a half. Again, we don't want to miss those call-outs. We want to listen in to what's going on mission control, which is why we cut over to the mission control camera and listen in to channel 1. But let's see what happens here when we get down to 17 minutes and see how that may affect our launch attempt coming up in 18 minutes right now. Morgan, is that a normal thing? I mean, it happens, right?
It happens, yeah. I mean, launch is so complicated. It is not the end of the world for someone to ask for a hold.
Gotcha. So we are going to listen back in just about a minute. If you're just joining us, on the screen there,
Might
you can
have to
see
do a hold.
Firefly's Alpha rocket. It's Flight 6 of Alpha going out of Vandenberg Space Force Base this morning. You can see the sun not quite rising in the background, but we've got some beautiful backlighting and not a lot of fog.
Yeah, for once.
I was going to say, I forgot this is Vandenberg because there's no fog.
You can see the rocket venting here as they start to load the prop, or finish load the prop, maintain loading the prop. Lockheed Martin logo up there on the top of the fairing. Of course, that's the mission today. Lockheed Martin's LM-400 satellite. And coming up in about 20 seconds.
Go on CD1.
Please reperform your poll.
Copy.
Let's listen back in.
Poll.
You are good to just poll people who were either a hold or did not answer last time.
Good copy.
Okay.
This is the launch conductor on countdown net with a ready report for terminal count. GSW. CE.
C is go for terminal count.
LD.
GSW, are you go for current terminal count?
Yeah, as long as we are okay with the battery charge, yeah, we go.
Fluids, are you go? Yes, go. LDs go.
LDA.
Hey, clear the launch! Woohoo!
CELC on CD1. Confirm LCC gate check. Terminal count is clear to proceed.
Yes! Here we go. So they cleared, obviously, the issue they had.
There, the folks we didn't hear from before did check in and across the board got a go for launch. Now coming up on about T-minus 16 minutes. Now, we don't have a lot of time here. We had that little poll recycle. So really quickly, let's talk about the parts that make up Alpha, including the structures.
Including the structures. The most important part, in my personal, unbiased opinion. Yeah, so...
Just going to quickly sync it with my timer, because that's going to get really annoying.
Alpha is a two-stage Carolox rocket.
There we go.
It can take a little over 1,000 kilograms to LEO, being low Earth orbit.
I missed it by 2 seconds.
It's all good.
They're kind of part of my lingo. Alpha is the largest vehicle in the small lift class, and the reason it can do this is because of two things. One is our engines. So all of our engines are designed and built and tested in-house.
Right.
We've got 4 Reavers on stage 1, and we have a single Lightning engine on stage 2. All of these guys are tap-off cycle engines, which is basically what that means is some of the high-pressure combustion gas in the chamber is yoinked to feed back into the turbines.
Oh, so it's a
help the pumps pull more
okay, it's
fluid
not an
from
autogenous
tanks, and then it's just
pressurization.
kind of a cycle that keeps going on.
I like it. That's an engineering term, yoinked.
Yoink is a technical term.
Good deal. Now, we've got engines, of course. We talked about those, but the engines have to be attached to something.
Yeah, you're right. What do you see when you look at that rocket up there, John?
Well, mostly rocket.
Oh, that's right, the structures.
The structures of the rocket.
Back into my comfort zone. Let's go back to structures. So, yeah, part 2 of why Alpha can be what Alpha is because of the carbon fiber composites that make up the structure of the rocket. Carbon fiber is my bread and butter. It's super strong, super lightweight, so you can end up lifting more payload at a lower cost.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, it takes some work to get the carbon fiber put together as opposed to just machining it out of metal or something like that. Yeah. But you really do get the lessened weight, so you have more room for more propellant or more room for payload, right?
Yeah, exactly. And something special about this rocket in particular is that the stage 2 LOX tank up there, you can kind of see it, it's a little dark, is our first AFP flight tank that we will be flying on Alpha.
AFP is
automated fiber placement.
Automated fiber placement, like a big machine that can repeat the process very
kind
precisely.
Of like
can do the same results over and over again because it's basically a big computer controlled creation
it's
machine.
a big arm that can lay down strips of carbon fiber.
It's basically kind of like a 3D printer,
right?
And this
but
is
it rolls out carbon
AFP
fiber.
Makes production 9 times faster and 7 times cheaper for Alpha alone, and we're baselining AFP for LMOD.
And that doesn't mean that there's no hand layups where humans are on it. Like sometimes the structures are too small, or just the size doesn't fit the automated machine, or the geometry is a little bit complex, right?
Yeah, so we're not losing some of that, like handcrafted artisan beauty that we're known for, but yeah, AFP definitely helps us become more production capable.
More production capable, excellent.
And if we have time, I actually brought a piece of one of the first AFP things that we've made at Firefly ever. This is actually a chunk of our development MLV tank.
Right.
That is very
that
cool.
We've just kind of taken a hole saw to and
Just cut out of the main body.
Yeah, and if you look close, you can actually see the structure of it. So this is what we call a sandwich laminate.
It looks like a sandwich. It looks like an ice cream sandwich.
It looks like an ice cream
It looks
sandwich.
like a giant
and so you can
Oreo.
kinda see it's a little messy because
Tubblesmeister said that's an
everywhere,
Oreo.
but There's two really small layers. Multiple
Literally,
layers
is what I
of
was
carbon
thinking.
fiber
Like,
on
it literally is
the
a
outside.
giant
The carbon fiber
Oreo.
cookie.
The cookies, yeah. So those are the super strong kind of. That's what carries all the load. And then in the middle, you see we have a foam core. So that does two things. One, it kind of makes this whole thing act like an I-beam.
Roger
and it
C
provides
said
extra
carbon
stiffness and
fiber
structure.
invented at
And what it also
Farnborough.
does is it provides
Oh,
thermal shielding
dude.
for the propellants
Event-
inside the tanks.
Is
So
it
when you're
invented
thinking
fiber?
about
Really?
negative 300 degree.
I did not know that, Roger.
rocks,
Thank you very much for that.
and
I'm
then
going to have
standing
to...
air on the outside,
EBDB said
you
I'd
kind
eat
of
her.
have to protect that a little bit.
Like an Oreo.
It's a two-part system. And I also brought
Tubblesmeister
test
said I
hammer.
bet Morgan is a little
hammer.
snack.
Oh my
Yeah, so
god, you guys,
fiber
you
is
gotta
very,
stop.
can be very sensitive to damage.
And there's
one of the ways
Roger
we
being
can detect
serious, and
damage
then
is
there's
with
you two
something called
acting
tap
like
testing.
children.
Tap testing is a form of NDI.
I
We use it at
actually
Firefly.
didn't know that about Farnborough.
inspection.
I literally live like
And basically what we do
20
is,
minutes away
I
from
had a coin
Farnborough.
with me last time. This time it's a hammer. The
That's
hammers,
insane.
There's some debate among the
Dude.
structures
It looks
people.
very engineered. Like it looks like a scientific
It does
instrument.
look like a...
What's cool is that this part of the handle
That looks like...
Tubblesmeister said EBDB
So
you
not
stole
only
my
can
thunder.
you hear a potential defect when you're tapping, you can also
Do you know,
kind of feel the
what's that
vibrations
thing the doctor hits your knee
Tap
with
it
to
on
check
the-
your
put it up to the
reflexes?
mic and like see if we can hear
That's
it.
what that
Right
looks
on
like.
the
No, not right on the
Not right
mic.
on the mic.
You're the structures person. And if it was debonded or something like that, it would sound different. It would sound like thump instead of a nice tap. Right?
Yeah, it would sound like a very kind of dull thunk. So that is not what you want to hear.
That's not what you want to hear.
When I'm diving into tanks and tapping and making sure things are
Tubblesmeister
all
said it's a
fine
Morgan stick.
after an ATP,
Morgan stick,
you
that's...
don't want to hear those.
All right. So, folks,
Oh my
we are
gosh.
rapidly approaching T-minus
EBDB
11
said split it
minutes
open
now.
and give
Things
it
are
a
going to
good
start
lick.
happening very quickly.
Oh yes,
So, Morgan, let's
I
walk
love
through
my
what's happening
Oreos.
next as we count down these final minutes before launch.
Tubblesmeister
so
said
right about
OMG
now,
Morgan
we're
comes with
executing
her
over
own
300
toys.
commands and health checks. A lot of these include.
Oh
well,
my Christ.
We are already into stage 1 engine chill. So what happens with that is we're pulling cryogenic
Man, you
fluid
guys
through
are
our
just
LOX
too
pumps
funny.
in order to chill them
Too
down.
funny.
Make sure we're kind of adjusting the temperature of those LOX pumps to not be. They're not going to flash the LOX.
Right, you don't want to
gas.
surprise
Oh,
them with
actually,
a
I
big,
just
you know,
realised.
dramatic temperature change.
I was
right?
thinking,
Yeah, we wanna make
is
sure
that like
everything's,
for
medium
the
expected
left
and
right
temperature
side? But it says
expect
it
as
spells
we go to
alpha
temperature.
around the
That's
bottom of
happening
the
right now.
rocket.
We've done ground side prep, so we've got T-tip, TVC, and spin start verifications.
So thrust vector control and triethyl aluminum, triethyl borane.
Boring.
Nice. You
Hey.
don't have to. I have no idea. What
Mate is trying to pull out the.
Look, I'm a structures engineer, not a chemist.
It just really wants to be on fire to light the engine. So
Yeah, it really does.
He pulled out the
So
the
we
chat
see
line
what's
there.
happening. We might be able to see the stage 2 TVC
EBDB
wiggles
said
coming
how
up
he
here.
said
This
pull
camera
out.
right here might actually show those. checking out for
Tubblesmeister
smooth
said I
movement
hope
and
she
stuff.
likes
Yeah,
double
so here on
stuff
this camera, you
Oreos.
might see those reavers start to wiggle a bit. And what we're looking for there is
Oh
not
my
only that they do move, we're
Christ.
expecting them to move, but also that they move.
That's too
smoothly,
funny.
So that there's not an indication of like air in the lines. or
Tubblesmeister
like
said
jitter.
Roger.
jitter,
Was that at the
Yeah.
unit
And
or
again,
on
we
the
do all this
industrial area?
beforehand and make sure the rocket's healthy so
Ooh.
that when we go to fly, we
Right.
don't run into any of these issues.
I'm
We don't get down to
actually.
like T-8 or T-7. Like, hey, we should probably check the TVC now. Like that was happening early
Well,
this
that's
morning.
awkward. We should have done that before.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
All right, so we're going to go to internal power. We're going to see some more things on the screen, sort of big motions, like the collar arms opening up, the strong back retracting
rid of
away
that?
from the rocket
Thank
to
you.
get out of the way.
Yeah.
Arming of the flight termination system, we won't really see that, but we are going to see some more venting as they start to bleed the fuel.
Yeah, we should see that on the cameras.
All right. So, folks, we continue to count down here now, T-minus 9 minutes, it looks like. We're going to keep going through all of these different cameras to show you the different views of the rocket as it wakes up for this early morning launch.
Well, that's the
EBDB
cool
said,
stuff.
have you seen the Oreos with the white on the
Yeah,
outside
exactly.
and the chocolate on the
Let's talk about what's
inside?
going to happen after launch. So we have some specific expectations after
I
launch
have
this
to
morning.
say,
Yeah, so...
it's the
timing
birthday
for
cake
making
ones
happen
that
when we
scare
start
me
to
the
get to
most.
T0.
They're
T-minus
just
2
weird.
seconds, we're actually going to ignite
EBDB
our
said
reavers
not
on stage
allowed.
1. What that does, why
Yeah,
we ignite
they
T-minus
they are
2
very
is
weird.
to not only give
The
them some time to spool
the
up
thing
to
is,
full power,
I
but
don't.
also to
I like
kind of,
what we
again,
call a
stabilize,
custard
make sure
cream,
everything's
which is
fine.
a
Like
white
stabilize.
biscuit
Stabilize,
and
make
white
sure
cream in the
everything's good
middle.
Before we let it go.
But the white
We don't wanna let it go
Oreos,
and be like,
they
"Oh,
taste
we
Right
disgusting.
away.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
So
That's
T-minus
not an
2
Oreo
seconds,
to me.
stage
An
one
Oreo
ignition.
is
At
chocolate,
T-minus 0, we
so-
actually open up those mechanisms that hold Alpha down on the ground,
Right.
and we start to lift off. And then we'll be flying for about a minute, and then we'll go supersonic. We'll hit Mach 1.
Right.
And then a couple
Tubbles
seconds
Meister
after that,
said,
we'll
mind
actually
you,
hit
if
something
Morgan
called
was in
Max
front
Q.
of me, my confidence
Max
would
Q's
shatter like
important.
carbon
Max
fiber.
Q is really dear to my heart.
As a structures engineer.
Structures engineer.
Oh,
so Max
man.
Q is maximum aerodynamic pressure.
Right.
And what
Oh.
that means for a rocket, at least, is we're going faster and faster and faster, but we're also
Man.
going into a thinner and thinner atmosphere.
Yeah. All right, folks, on the screen really quickly, we'll interrupt. You can see that
Oh.
Right above me here.
We
the
have a
Tubbles
hold.
has gone
Meister said
into a
bits
hole.
everywhere.
It sounds like there is currently an issue with the spacecraft that the team is working, so that clock is going to stop right there just above 8 minutes. Now,
We have
we're
a
gonna keep
hold.
talking to you, and we'll get you more information as soon as we have it. Let's keep talking about what will happen here after liftoff. I'm going to assume that we're going to get a new T0 here, but we had gotten all the way down to Miko, the main engine cut off, and we were starting to talk about the stage separation, right?
Yeah, so after we shut off our stage 1 engines,
Tubbles
we'll
Meister
start to
said
shed
incoming
mass that we don't need
TLC.
anymore.
Right.
Yep.
So we'll
Yep,
have
we're
normal
waiting.
stage sep at T plus 2 minutes and 37 seconds. So the primary function
Right.
of
Tubbles
the
Meister
first stage is
said,
to
"Great
take us
time
on
for a coffee."
Kind of elliptical trajectory
Yep.
out of the Earth's kind of the majority
Oh,
of the
I
Earth's
think they
atmosphere.
pushed it back
Okay.
to
What stage
14
2 does
minutes.
is to take us to a proper orbit. So once stage 1 has done its job, we just kind of, we're like, okay, thank you, bye.
So it's sort of like the booster itself, the larger part of the rocket, gets you up out of the atmosphere, like
Let
just
me
jump
go
straight up.
live
Of course,
again.
you're going to come straight back down again. If you want to stay in space via an orbit, you actually have to end up going around the Earth, and that's really the
Ah,
job
I
of
know
that
what I
second
wanna
stage,
do.
to get that
Right.
horizontal velocity as you sort of
Is this gonna work?
gravity pulls you down towards the planet, right?
Yeah.
Your spacecraft falls down towards the planet, but if you get going fast enough, the planet
Nope,
actually
that
curves
does not
away
work.
from you
Okay.
at the same rate that you sort of go
Just
around
need
the planet. Your
to load
velocity
up
is
my
taking you around the planet.
oh god, Stream
So
Deck
second
again.
stage really doing a lot
Tubbles
of work
Meister
there,
said,
not
"I'd
just
like to have a
get you
good
into
chat
space,
with
but
Jesse
actually keep
and
you in
Morgan
space.
together."
keep you
Oh my god,
falling
yeah.
Falling forever.
Chat to them too.
So yeah,
You
after
disappoint
stage
two
six,
women in
you'll
the same
see A
time.
bunch of things happening really quickly.
Right, we're gonna
you'll
open up
see-
our second can of Pepsi. So we
We've
have
got some voices in our ears. Give
No,
it-
it's all good.
strawberries
We're
and
continuing
cream
updates here
flavour.
that We'll share with you a quick reminder, folks. We do have a 52-minute window this morning,
Yeah.
so we've got time to work on that
Tubbles Meister
spacecraft
said,
issue.
"I'd have a
You'll see
rapid
that the clock has
unscheduled
jumped up a
disassembly."
little bit there to put some more time to work through this.
Oh
Currently
my
still in
God.
a hold, but we were targeting the beginning of the window there. We have lots of time to actually work through this,
alright.
and we're going to keep hanging out with you here in the meantime.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and open this without.
Sounds
Oh,
like we may have another go no go poll here, so let's listen
Oh.
back into mission control.
here we go.
Tubbles Meister said, "Just a chat. You both disappoint me." Tubbles Meister said, "The question is, can I get to max Q before then?" EBDB said, "I.e. Pepsi is from NC."
Yeah, I have to say, this one's it's 0 sugar. It's got a bit of a weird aftertaste to it. Like they're doing in the UK, they're doing like all these summer sort of flavour things. They're doing cream
Tubbles Meister
soda.
said, "Oh Carolina."
Oh, Carolina. But it's just, I mean, it's nice, but it's not that nice. They're not, I mean, I wouldn't stop drinking Coke for this.
This is the launch conductor on the countdown net with a readiness check for entering recycle operations. RC.
Go.
FSW.
Go.
GSW. Go.
EBDB
GNC.
said,
Go.
"NC, North
Fluid
Carolina,
one.
where
Go.
I live."
Prop 1.
Oh,
Go.
nice.
ABI. Hold.
Oh,
FTS.
Tubbles Meister said, "I'll try one then if you don't want it."
IFCO. PMM.
Go.
MA.
EBDB said, "I agree, Coke is better."
CE.
Yeah.
Hold.
oh,
MD.
CE.
LD.
CE, where is
ABI
CE?
and CE, this is just for recycle operations.
That's Chief Engineer.
I'm good for recycle operations, not for terminal count.
Not
ABI is
terminal.
go for recycle operations.
LD is go.
Copy.
Okay. So we are still holding by looks of it. I am also trying to do with my Elgato Stream Deck. I'm trying to get some things sorted. Source visibility, so title. Okay, well, we are still in a hold, unfortunately. But, as I said, they have a 52-minute window. So they got loads of time to sort it out.
PCLC on CD1. You resume locks cross-country chill auto sequence.
Still running.
Copy. NGC verify the helium autos are toggled high.
Helium autos are good on CD1.
Whole text. Right, that's good. So. Right. I now need to.
Tubblesmeister said in America, Dr. Pepper and root beer is where
folks,
it's at.
We're going to keep listening in here.
Oh,
The
yes.
best way to get
EBDB said
up-to-date
just like the
information is to
MFN
listen
channel.
directly to mission control instead of us
Yeah, just like the
listening and
candle.
relaying it.
Yes, Dr.
So,
Pepper
as a
is
reminder,
my
we have a
favourite in
52
America.
minute window. We're
That-
just
that
eating into
is-
it a little
that's my
bit here,
shit.
But almost an hour to work through these issues. We're going to keep listening into mission control because that's the best way to get you up-to-date information.
What?
So keep on hanging out,
Tubblesmeister said
listen
and
in,
strawberry
and let's
Fanta.
see what they work through.
Stop it. I miss Strawberry Fanta. Honestly, I could do with some Strawberry Fanta right now.
Tubblesmeister said ooh and melon frosty.
No, I wasn't.
EBDB said that don't have that in us.
Oh, man.
EBDB said UK asterisk.
So you can get Strawberry Fanta at Burger King in the like freestyle machines, but
So as we
half the
continue
time they
listening
don't
here,
actually
Morgan,
have it,
There was actually another poll.
or it just doesn't taste as good as American Strawberry Fanta.
Every time they talk
I
about
think
it,
it's got a lot less sugar in it.
PCLC CD1.
Oh.
Run deluge terminal count configuration auto sequence. CELC CD1.
Tubblesmeister said or if you want to pay a full leg for a can then you can get it.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
We need to
really
switch to flight
expensive.
Step by one.
What we're listening into now are the recycle operations. That poll that we saw come up was not another launch poll, but a poll for the teams to proceed into basically resetting the rocket, getting ready for another attempt.
Yeah. And we can do this for a number of reasons.
Tubblesmeister said why have we gone back to 14 minutes?
Because they are currently holding, so 14 minutes is where they can resume the count, basically.
EBDB said have you tried cheer wine? It's a
Cheer
popular soda in NC.
I've never heard of it.
EBDB said cherry soda.
Oh, cherry soda. Yeah, we used to have cherry aid, we used to call it. Oh, 17 minutes, okay. We have gone back.
Yep. Can we go to flight mode?
EBDB said look it up.
I will have a...
On CD1, we have met the terminal count LCC gate.
Right, here we go. So I should...
PC verify set the operation selector to launch. Set. Run hide SB auto pinner engage auto sequence. And
Right.
verify HP
We're going to
startup
get
gets
rid of the
completed.
whole text. And...
CC run and load and run deluge terminal count configuration auto
there we
sequence.
go. We are back.
It's already loaded. Expected alarm.
Right.
PC verify /set vehicle state machine is in flight mode.
Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Okay.
PC verify HPU startup gets complete and SP auto pinners get positive pressure.
Sherry wine. Okay.
NPC run the hide collar arm engage auto sequence.
Okay, that looks
And verify that the collars get there.
quite nice,
Verify hide
actually.
base status is equal to 3, SP at 90. verify the battery charging autos are not still running.
Why did I just get another hold notification?
This is the launch conductor on the countdown net with a readiness report for terminal count. RC.
Go.
FSW.
Go.
GSW.
Okay, that
GNC.
actually looks
Prop
really
one.
nice.
Go.
Fluids 1.
Go.
Structures.
Go.
AVI.
AVI go.
FTS.
Go.
GC.
Go.
VC.
Go.
PMM.
Go.
LO. FISBO.
Go.
MIFCO.
Tubblesmeister said I'm soda back on soda for the next holiday.
CE. LD.
Yes.
LDA. CE confirm LCC is met and terminal count is clear to proceed. VC run the terminal count.
There we
Tubblesmeister
go.
said that looks sick.
It does look really nice, actually.
You missed it. We have 3 seconds.
Cherry flavored soda from North Carolina is known as a unique blend of cherry and cola
So folks, you can see
flavor.
there in the upper left-hand corner,
Compared to Dr.
there is
Pepper,
a clock.
often
We heard a
compared
bunch of
to
goes
cherry
there
Dr.
once
Pepper.
again.
Ooh,
If you're just
cherry
joining us,
Coke.
We encountered a brief hole
I love
there as we were
cherry
counting
Coke.
down towards
That
Flight
is like
6
one of my
Firefly's Alpha
favourites.
rocket.
But you
Currently
can't
we're
really
showing
get
under
it anymore
just
here
around
in the
14.5
UK.
minutes there. Let's watch to see if that gets an update here shortly. But
Ooh,
teams
okay.
going through all of their
I'm now
training.
trying to
They've done
see
this before. They practice this sort of thing. Everybody communicating
if I can get
there
it here in the
back
UK.
channel, and we're actually letting you listen right to it. We're not trying to translate for you or
Right.
control the message. That is like piping directly from mission control straight here to the live stream, so y'all have the best up-to-date information.
Oh, there you go.
And again, more. But things like this, recycling, resetting the T0, normal things for launch operations.
Yeah, for Firefly, it's kind of run-of-the-mill. We recycle even when we do stage ATPs at Briggs. So this is completely kind of run-of-the-mill, nothing special, nothing fancy.
So even like during testing, you do recycle. Is that like a practicing of recycles, or?
Oh my god, they're talking over. It's really
NGC
annoying.
verify that helium autos are triggered high. GNC LC on CD1.
Go for GNC.
Confirm the
no,
upper
that's
level
definitely not
wind
it.
assessments are going to be good for the new T0 when you can.
Right.
Confirm that upper level winds assessment is still valid.
Copy, you looking at sign off on 28.3.
So, cheer wine.
Good work.
Go. We'll translate a little bit. Sounds there like the upper level winds were still good.
RC countdown 1.
Sweet. So, it seems I can't seem to get. Hang on, here we go. Amazon. No, it doesn't. Oh my god! I remember I used to get drinks from Amazon. Wow.
Of course,
Just
the
remember
winds
that.
are something that we can't really see. The upper level winds we can't see on the camera, but the rest of this, the clouds, the
I got
sky
it.
above the launch pad there, looking great this morning.
Yeah, we
cheer
have 2
wine,
conditions to stay below, 1 for upper level
soft
winds and 1
drink,
for lower level, and we're
12
still green for both of those.
That's what you like to
12
hear. It didn't sound
cans.
like we were in a situation
Currently
where,
unavailable.
oh, if we don't hit the beginning of the window, the
LD,
weather's going
RC
to
counts
rapidly
on 1.
deteriorate. You hear that in launch.
Go on CD1.
Yes, ma'am. The updated T0 is now live and the clock is counting down. I'm waiting on feedback from the range as far as final approval, which I should get in about 8 minutes here.
Oh,
Right,
that's
T-minus
close.
5 minutes and counting.
Copy. Is there anything they can do moving to Albion?
T minus 20. He just said T minus 25 minutes.
And quick update there.
Yep. Right. We're going to change.
There we go. So, quick update there. We heard T minus 25 minutes. So we've pulled the clock off the top of the screen so that we can get that resynchronized with the new T0. Sounds like they were waiting on one final approval from the range, it sounded like.
Okay. Man, this is going to be a back and forth
But
one.
Alpha looking good on the pad. There we have a clock that slid back over. Again, had a 52-minute window
Tubblesmeister
this
said
morning,
I can
so
get it on
sometime,
eBay for
that's why we're targeting the beginning of the window.
$17.99 and
Weather was looking great.
$63
The
for
launch of
postage
vehicle was
LMAO.
looking great. Just ran
Jesus
into that
Christ.
one brief hold, but we are back on the count. T-minus 25 minutes and counting down. Same story, we're going to listen in, and if we hear anything from Mission Control, we'll be quiet and let you hear that. If we get any updates on our headsets, we'll share them with you as well. But while we're waiting, we've got a couple questions that have come through chat. Remember, if you have questions for us, tag us in chat at Firefly Space over there. That'll get it into our back channel queue.
Come on.
And we might have a little bit of time here to answer some of them. But one of them that came through, name of the mission is Message in a Booster. What's the message?
Ooh, I didn't study. I didn't study for this
EBDB
quiz.
said it's not worth that,
I think we need
haha.
to ask Lockheed Martin what the
Next
message is.
time will the colonies be on the lookout for
Is the
it?
message. So the satellite, the spacecraft here that
Right.
Lockheed Martin is launching, that's the client payload today. Like we mentioned earlier, LM400 is
quickly
a
just
satellite.
get
It's like
rid
a
of that.
demonstration satellite
Yeah,
that has
tech demo.
all sorts
Next
of
time,
different
yes,
capabilities,
definitely.
right?
We'll
Yeah,
next time we're
radar,
over, we will
imaging,
definitely have
kind
to
of
find
communication
it.
Stuff. Yeah, which is, again, Message in a Booster. That was the inspiration for the name.
So either the spacecraft is the message, or the
I
spacecraft
found
can send
it.
whatever message you need it to send because it's a demonstration satellite.
I'm picturing like a little alpha-shaped glass bottle.
So I
with
found
the little LM400 inside.
12
Nice.
bottles
If you
of
see,
the long
when we
neck
do some of
glass
the scene
bottles
transitions, you can see the mission
for
patch there as well. and you sort of have the
$76.
rolled up message coming out of the top of the booster.
And may,
Fun fact,
it
it
may
also
not
makes
post the
It
United
does make
Kingdom.
level 6. So we're supposed to point that out at the end. But we're
Gotta
gonna point
love
out right
it.
now because Chad asked the question.
Point it out right now. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, bottles. Here we go. Fuck me, Jesus. So,
Now, one more thing you'll see here. Oh, the sun has come up in the background there. Gives us a
okay, so I
silhouette
found
to
some
work
Richie
bottles
Rich
of it.
370
venting
Gaming said,
that you
damn
see
it.
coming out of the rocket. A
I
bunch of
wanted
people are
to super chat
asking,
1p.
you know, is the rocket venting? Is that normal for the venting? coming
I
out of
think
the
it's
rocket? Does it have
99p
a
is
hole
the
in it or something? I guess technically
is
it
the
does have a
lowest
hole,
super
but it's
chat, I
an
think,
intentional
Rich.
engineered control hole, right?
I'm not actually
Exactly.
sure.
So this also kind of ties back to recycle. When we fill our cryogenic fluid, we fill it comparatively warm
EBDB
to
said,
what
yes,
some
screw
companies
that.
might fill. Some companies
I
do
can
something
get a
that's
12
basically
pack
called like
of
load and
cans
go,
for like
where as soon as they
$9.
fill
That's
their
mad.
cryogenic fluid, the cryogenic fluid is as cold as they can get it. And
actually,
they have
what
to
is the
go
lowest super
immediately.
chat?
What Firefly does is a little bit different. We
Super
load
chat.
warm,
EBDB said
and
it's at
the
all
entire
the
time the
grocery
alpha's out there
stores
sitting
here.
on the pad, it is
Wow.
actually
Okay.
boiling off.
Yeah, we'll
liquid
definitely
oxygen,
have to,
getting to kind of that
next time we
steady
go
state.
over.
So what you're seeing right there is that
Oh, do you know
boil
what's
off,
really
and
annoying?
as we have some of that
Basically,
loss
what
boil
happened
off,
with
as
the
it gets colder and
delivery
colder,
is actually going to
we will
show you
actually
guys.
refill as needed.
The bottom of the
Right,
can
and you
is
see that
completely
there. It's
broken.
almost like a. I say it's like a
And
tea kettle, and
if
people
I
are
put
like,
it
yeah,
down on
rocket's
something
nothing
flat,
like a tea kettle. I mean, kind of.
it's
like
gonna
the physics
fall
that
over.
are happening here. The boil off. You don't want the rocket to build up
It's
pressure.
just
Go
like
higher and higher and
leaning.
higher. You actually maintain
It's
that
as
pressure
bent
by
as my
releasing
shelf.
some of the I guess propellant is really the right way to say it, right?
Yeah,
Oh my
we went into
God.
this during test as well. So
Right, they
testing
are being way
campaigns,
too loud.
we test the hell out of this
being
thing.
right in my
So
ear.
a lot of part of my job is actually making
Oh,
sure that our
man.
structures are capable to withstand flight loading.
It's more involved than just tapping on the structures, right?
More involved than just tapping, yeah. So what we'll do is we'll take each individual airframe out to test stand 4,
Right.
Right.
and
Well, we got
we'll
location.
hook it up to
Okay.
our big load head.
But
and
hello
we'll
there,
switch
Rich. I just
and we'll press
hope
it.
you're doing good.
If it is a
Our terminal
cryogenic
count will
tank,
be in
we'll
1
fill it with a
minute. I
cryogenic
repeat,
fluid.
readiness report for terminal count will be in 1 minute.
Oh shit! I forgot to put my bloody.
Good deal. You have 1
Turn that
minute to
back
finish
on.
your answer.
About 1 minute to finish.
It's going to be 20 minutes there on the clock, it sounds like.
But yeah, we'll fill it with cryo fluid if it's a cryo tank.
Right.
We'll
Richie Rich
press it to
370
the
Gaming
pressures that
said,
we
"I'm
expect to see
okay
during
here."
flight loads. Actually,
Yes,
we'll press it
I'm
to a little
good.
bit over just to make sure.
It's a
Are
margin.
you
It's a margin. We
free
overtest it a little
tonight
bit,
for
and we'll
GTA?
do the
I have
same thing with
a
the
rocket
load that we
launch
apply axially.
in between it.
And yeah, after we do
But
that,
if you're not,
we'll
don't
inspect
worry.
it. I'll hop inside and I'll tap around.
Because
and
now I
tap
have
around.
a cable
Yeah, and then we'll
to use
actually,
my controller
close
on
it
the
up with
computer
integration.
for
At that point, I'm mostly hands-off.
GTA on the PC.
And integration
I
will
might
then
do some
bolt it all
mods.
together into a stage,
I
and we'll
need-
test the stage where we'll just run it
I
through
need a
kind of
hammer.
like this, but chopped in half.
Do I have a
Alright,
hammer?
So folks, again, we're getting ready to hear another go, no go poll here in just about 15
Right,
seconds.
here we go.
Let's listen back into Mission Control and
Richie
get
Rich
the
370
best information
Gaming said,
straight
"I
from them.
hazard no plans apart from cooking tonight."
Ah,
This is the
what are
launch
you
conductor
cooking?
on the countdown net with a ready report for terminal count. RC.
Go.
FSW.
Go.
GSW.
Go.
GNC.
Go.
Prop 1.
Go.
Fluids 1.
Go.
Structures.
Go.
AVI.
API go.
FTS.
Go.
GC.
Tubble's Meister
Go.
said
PC.
Morgan has a
Go.
little
PMM.
hammer.
Go.
LO. FISBO, MIFCO,
Oh my
Such a
god.
rich 370 gaming said chicken in a puddle.
Chicken in a
CE,
puddle, love it.
FISBO, LD,
Go.
LDA.
LDA, clear to launch.
Oh, okay. So it's just range. We're just waiting on the range officer.
Terminal count LCC gate has been met.
Oh, that's it, we're done.
BC,
Cool.
run terminal count auto sequence.
We're back. We're back, guys. Finally. Do you know what I said to my wife
RC
that
lockout auto sequence.
Got a lot of
it'll probably end by 3 o'clock.
Navigate to the autos page.
It's
for
now
monitoring.
10:02 and we haven't even taken off yet.
Access to the handfire button. GC, pop out the safety tab, go to the FireX page. Only LD can call out individual FireX commands prior to liftoff.
Copy.
Okay, right.
All right, so now under 19 minutes,
Oh,
you
look
saw
at that
the,
camera,
or you
that's
heard
cool.
that goes all the way down the board. The clock is once again ticking for Flight 6 here. It's Firefly's Alpha rocket launching out of Vandenberg Space Force Base. Now, since we're back under the 20-minute mark, using a little bit of that window, let's once again talk through what we expect as we count down to launch. Things are going to start happening very quickly here. They happen really quickly. We got that hold. And now they're going to start happening quickly again.
They're going to do it again. Rewind, we're going to do this
Oh
all over again.
man,
Yeah,
don't
so
say
pretty
that.
soon here,
I love it.
We're gonna
Bloody
again,
sweet
recheck everything that
potato.
we checked before,
right?
Just to ensure again.
Man, you're
everything is
making me
still
want to
healthy.
cook. Stop
so
it.
we're gonna do
I
that
don't
stage
wanna
one engine
cook.
chill again. We're gonna pull in that ground side prep, so the T-tab, the TVC wiggles you should see again on the cameras. Same thing with spin start verifications. You won't be able to see that, but
I'm loving
we have
these.
we'll start fuel pre-press.
No, I'm
at
not cooking.
T-minus
I'm not
8
cooking.
minutes, and then at T-minus
No.
7 minutes, you should be seeing some stage
I have
2 TVC
literally
wiggles. So
They'll happen.
so
I don't
much
think we- I
food
don't
in
know
the
if we have a
fridge
camera on the
I need
stage
to eat.
2.
Oh, do we not?
I don't. We'll see. If we see it on the screen, we'll see
Camera
it.
master doesn't know?
Yeah,
It's wild. At T-minus 6 minutes, Alpha will actually transition to internal power.
Right.
So right now
Wow.
she's hooked up to ground side, and we do that because why
EBDB
waste
said live
internal
stream
batteries if we don't
cooking
have
show.
to?
Yeah, you don't need to sit there.
Oh
on the
my
ground for
god,
2
that would be
hours on internal
so
power,
sick.
Just plug into sort of shore
Do you know what?
power.
I
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
should
We're
do that
plugged
one
into shore
day.
power, but
I
we need to
should-
make
I
sure
should do that.
again,
As
all about
a-
the health of the system,
as a chef,
that
I
Alpha
think
can
that'd be
run
quite
under
funny,
internal power
actually.
just as it's expected.
Right.
So we
Oh,
unplug
man,
it. at
okay,
around
I'm gonna
2
think
minutes, and we
about
transition to that internal power state.
some sort of
Do
thing
some
I can
checks, that
cook.
kind of good stuff.
You give it some time to
I
make
have to
sure
clean
like
my
you
kitchen up
unplug
a little
it and
bit.
you let the rocket run on its own. to make
Daily
sure that
life
everything's
just sort
working
of
in advance of launch. You don't
makes
just
it
unplug
very
right from
dirty,
zero
but
and see
yeah.
it works.
Oh
yeah.
my
Yeah,
god, I'm
that's
gonna
not
have
how
to
it
do
is.
that now.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll
Oh
also
my
start
God.
to see at around T-minus 5
What-
minutes
what
and
would you
45
guys wanna
seconds,
see me
those
cook,
collar
though?
arms
That's
will
the
start to
thing.
Open. So the collar
Oh,
arms,
right.
you
370
can kind of see them in
gaming
the
said
shot.
build a kitchen
They're
in your
right
back
below
garden.
the white.
Do you know what,
S2
Rich? You
octane
say
tank.
that.
Richie Rich
I
370
So those guys
gaming
will
said
open up.
LOL.
I actually
and
said
it's
about
kind of just
doing
to-
like an
yeah,
outdoor
there they are.
kitchen.
Yeah, so they'll
Because
open up and
with the
pull
shed
back
being
just
right
to kinda
outside
get
by
out
the
of the
decking.
way.
The actual
What
fuck
that
is chicken
does
in a
is to
puddle.
help stabilize out the very high wind conditions.
Right.
Vandy is right next to the ocean, super windy out there.
It's an
and there are
inside
certain
joke.
cases
Make a
where
new
we
channel,
can't
The
let
Cooking
Alpha
Astronaut.
stand if it's
Oh
too
my
windy.
god,
Right.
yeah,
So the
that
collar
would
arms
be
can help stabilize.
hilarious.
It just like it clamps
Oh
onto
my
the sides of the
God.
rocket, and the strong back here, the strong
Chicken
back's
in
on
a
the right-hand side
puddle
of your view. Still sort of see it
is
there. That's a good shot of strong back.
an inside joke from
Providing
work
additional support. You don't need to
because
carry that structure to space.
someone
with you.
makes their
I would hope not.
Would not be, I think,
A
this is a
little
Kerbal
heavy.
Space Program if that goes with you.
yeah.
But
So
that will
basically,
sort of get
someone
back out of the way. The
at
collar arms
work
open
made
up. We'll see if
their
we see that happening here. What is that? T-minus 5
Hunter's
minutes
chicken
45 seconds. so
very
it's just
wet,
about 10
very
minutes from now.
very
We expect
wet.
that to happen.
Like
Yeah.
And
it
the
wasn't
strong
like a
back.
thick
And the strong back.
barbecue
Yeah, the strong
sauce.
back
It
itself
was
will
just
completely kind of pull back
wet,
at an angle.
runny
And that's
barbecue
just to get out of the
sauce.
way, 'cause,
And now we call
we
it
don't need the support
chicken
when
in
we're
a
about to go,
puddle.
and we don't want to crisp it while we're going.
I
We
gotta
want to make
send
sure
a
it's kind of a
picture
safe
to
distance away.
You
Stuart.
got the umbilicals and the plugs and all the things that are sort of fueling the rocket, the data, the telemetry, the shore power we sort of talked about as if Alpha was a recreational vehicle. I guess like an RV, like
Literally swimming in barbecue sauce.
Kind of like that, I guess.
RV campsite, slick 2.
Slick 2, yeah. So you don't have a special pass to camp there.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah.
you don't want those to get too toasted,
Oh my
so by
God.
leaning that strong back out of the way, you
Right,
sort of
I'm
get
actually
them
gonna
out
turn
of harm's way, fire's way, whichever way you want to say it.
Yeah,
Down
the point
that
is
a
to
little
reuse
bit.
this thing. Reuse the TVCs. Excuse me. Reuse the strong back. The
There we
shell.
go, that's better.
And so
Blasting
yeah,
me in the
we'll pull
ear.
that back out of the way, like you were saying.
Yep.
At T-minus 4 minutes, we'll actually arm the
Tubbles
FTS.
Meister said breaking
the
news.
FTS is required on all.
Oh
launch
god,
vehicles.
breaking
The FTS is
news.
the flight
Go on.
termination system.
Yes. Yeah, so that's kind of a standard requirement, again, for all launch vehicles.
It's a safety thing.
Just a safety
Why
thing.
is it breaking
so we'll
news?
on that at T-minus 4 minutes, and then at T-minus, oh, you can see engine chill actually on the cameras.
You can see it for a second. I mean, I guess
Kind
what
of.
you see is the
Tubbles
propellants
Meister
actually
said, "I
flowing
have an
through the
appointment for
engines
Portland,
to
Vermont."
thermally
Oh my
condition them,
God!
get them down to
Oh,
that
that's
operating
crazy.
temperature. Look at that.
Yeah, so you
How
can see right there.
how far?
on the kind of bottom
How-
right side of the screen.
was it
It's
like a
very
year's time?
gaseous
Richie
right
Rich
now.
370 Gaming
As
said
we
that
start-
sounds
it's very
painful.
thin and kind of airy. As we start to chill in more, that will look more and more
Portland,
like,
for you,
kinda like
Rich,
water.
is a little lump that mine has on his head.
Gas.
Yeah, and why it's
that
doing
literally
is,
looks
is
like a
again,
lighthouse.
It is negative 300 degrees Fahrenheit.
Right.
So as soon as it hits the hot Vandy air, it is flashing into gas.
Right.
In fact, you can almost see like spurts.
Trying to
on the
work
one.
out-
This is, we really do argue for these sorts of
Right,
cameras.
we'll be back 2
like
seconds.
The
I
wide
am
beauty
just-
shots that like show
Tubbles
oh,
Meister
there's a
said
rocket on the
Thursday.
launch pad. It's
Oh,
fantastic.
wow, Thursday.
But
Oh,
the
wicked.
engineering cameras are always like, can we please can we get the
milk
engine
out.
Richie
up
Rich
now? Those are my
370
favorites.
Gaming
TTC
said to
camera,
get
please.
it Portland Hill
Like,
Lighthouse.
yeah, we'd like to see the up close of the collars retracting. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
How do we get that?
Yeah, they're great to see. It's honestly kind of a
Tubbles
testament
Meister
to
said
just
it's
the
not
design
though, it's a
engineering
bloody
that goes into
rhinoceros
kind of
horn.
putting a rocket together like this.
Right.
To actually see it on camera.
Excellent. As the sun continues to come up there, we're getting some really good backlighting
It's a
on
rhinoceros
the
horn.
venting, the plumes there sort of coming off. The top of the first stage, I guess that's sort of the top of the second stage, in the middle of the second stage.
That's
there.
brilliant. I
It's
love
very
it.
Papery. It's hard to see exactly where it's coming from, but
Yeah, that's coming out of our kind of our inner stage. So the top of our first stage, the bottom of our second stage.
There you go.
gotcha.
Richie Rich
So again, here,
370
folks,
Gaming
this
said I'm a
morning,
unicorn.
counting down
I'm-
just about
yeah, I'm a
T-minus
unicorn.
13 minutes. You see the
There you
sun
go.
rising over there in the east out at Vandenberg Space Force Base. Alpha's on the pad, payloads on top, and we continue to count down. Mission control's there too. They're important. We'll show mission control right as well. But if you're just joining us, we did clear through a little bit of a hold. We're going towards sort of the middle part of the window here, but we did have a window this morning. We had time to recycle, and we let you listen right in to mission control as the teams
Here we
stepped
go.
through all of those recycle steps, made sure everything was good to go. Don't trust that, oh, just because
So
it was
it's
fine the first
random
time,
fan.
it's going to be fine the second time. They went through that whole pull again. In fact, you heard them pull
Tubbles
to begin the
Meister said,
recycle.
"Oh, you're some kind
And that
of
was cool. You
special
actually have
rich,
to make sure
that's for
everybody's
sure."
ready to start the recycle operations. And then we heard them pull for another go. And the clock is counting down
Oh
right
my
now
God.
because we did get that second go. And we are down to almost T-minus 12 minutes. Now, been taking some more questions from chat over here. I did see once again folks asking where they might be able to see the rocket from. As the sun gets a little bit higher in the sky,
I can't
the
believe they're going to
little
see
brighter,
this
maybe
from
a little
bloody
bit difficult to
Salt
see
Lake
from,
City.
some of the further away locations,
And that is
all the way over in Phoenix,
insane.
all the way up to Portland. That might be a little bit far out as the sun brightens up the sky a little bit. But if you're down there in LA, make sure after you see it launch on the stream, step outside, look out over the ocean, see if you can't see Alpha going down south. It's a southern trajectory this morning, carrying
Richie
that
Rich
Lockheed Martin
370
satellite,
Gaming said
and you may
breaking
see
news.
it going past. Here's
Trump
a
is
viewing map.
making deals
It actually
with over
takes the
200
rocket a little bit of time to travel
There are only
downrange. So here at
195
T
countries in the
plus,
world.
Yeah,
45,
okay,
50
we know,
seconds.
we
There's
know.
Los Angeles about a minute in, so if you see it launch on the stream,
Trump
you do
being
have time
his
to step out the door and
usual
look.
self. You
All
know
the way
he's
down
only
San
doing it
Diego,
to
about
troll
a minute and a
people.
half.
To
2
make
minutes, you know,
people
like I
think
said,
he's stupid.
Salt Lake City, Portland,
Like,
way
he's
inland,
stupid,
like
but he's not
Arizona,
that
New
stupid.
Mexico, Albuquerque,
Well,
Phoenix there.
actually, I don't know.
That might be more difficult with the sun a little bit brighter in the sky, but you know, what do you have to lose? If you see it launch here on the stream, step outside, look over to the west, snag a picture
why did I
on social
just
media.
click?
If you get something on your phone or your doorbell camera or whatever,
Tubbles Meister
tag
said
us
we don't
over on
need to
social
think.
media. We love to see how
He
other
is.
people experience the launches here, especially when you're able to see them from all these different locations, all up and down the west coast of the United States this morning.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to sprint out of the control
You-
control
you
room,
shouldn't
sprint out of
do
the
that.
studio and try and stir up in the sky, but I would like to.
The circle does not reach Austin, Texas, which is where we are broadcasting from today.
Ah.
What a shame.
Let's see. I guess real quickly, we're broadcasting from Austin, Texas, because that's where Firefly is based. That's where the headquarters is.
Yes, our headquarters is in a place called Cedar Park.
Right.
It's a little bit
EBDB
north
said,
of Austin
"Why are you
downtown,
worried about
and then
the
we actually
president
have
of a
our
country you
manufacturing
don't
test
live in?"
facility about 30-ish minutes north.
I
of
mean,
Cedar
we're
Park.
not. We just like
right?
Yeah,
watching
that's, Briggs.
drama
People call it Rock
unfold.
Ranch
I mean,
sometimes.
it is
yeah,
quite
it's
funny
pretty
some of
close
the
by,
things he
which is
said. I mean,
nice and also
Bye.
sometimes
Meister said
annoying.
he's stupid, but not least stupid.
Can you run up to Briggs real
that's
quick?
Yeah,
mean.
like, yes, I can. but
I'm not
also-
that
oh,
stupid.
man.
Actually, I am that
Just
stupid to
remember
be
there's
fair.
structures up at Griggs. Like, that's where you want to go hang out.
We,
people.
I mean,
All right,
no matter
folks,
what,
9 minutes and 40
what
seconds.
the President of the United States is.
I don't even know the Prime Minister
Let's
of the
once
UK.
again run through what
Oh
we
God,
expect
he's
to see
he
after
is
liftoff.
a.
When
Meister
the
said
rocket lifts off
he
the
is
pad,
costing
we're going
me
to let
money
you
in my
listen in to the
investments.
sounds of the pad, the rumble of
There
the
you
rocket
go.
as it goes downrange.
Tubbles
So
Meister
now is
said,
the
nor
time
do
to
we.
talk through it while the rocket is sitting serenely on the pad.
Yeah, we
Morgan, what
do
would you
not
expect after liftoff? Or
like
right
the
before
Prime
liftoff,
Minister.
and then after liftoff.
He is
So we'll run through it again.
technically an
You'll
unelected
see the
elected
candle light. So we'll start
person.
going
There was a bit
before
of
the rocket is
a
allowed to lift off the pad.
kerfuffle
Again, we do this
with
the
this whole one,
where you
but
make sure that they're
nobody
happy,
likes
they're
him.
allowed
He's
to
done
cool
nothing
and
but.
power,
Meister said he is
all
a
that good
prime
stuff.
C
We want to
word.
make sure that if we needed to kind of abort the
He
fall,
really
we
is.
could do that.
My father was a
So
tool
that is what
maker.
that
Yes, you
expectation
are a
is for
fucking
right
tool.
before launch. And then at T minus 0 seconds, we actually
Honestly,
release the
every
mechanisms,
country at the moment
that are
seems to
clamping
have
Alpha down to
really
the pad,
bad leadership.
and Alpha will start to lift away from the
But
ground.
I mean,
DBDB said, is he
at
Indian?
about plus 56
He
seconds,
is-
if memory
where-
serves.
where
We'll hit
is he
Mach 1,
from,
so
actually?
we'll go supersonic.
I don't
And then
actually
at
know.
T plus 1 minute
I'm
and
pretty
30
sure.
seconds, we'll hit something
370
called
Gaming
max
said
Q.
he was
Again,
elected,
that's
he voted
max
in by the
aerodynamic
people.
pressure. Kind of
He
in a
was
lot of
elec-
cases, not all.
Yeah, but
most stress that
wasn't
the
it?
airframes
I
will see.
can't remember now.
It's weird, like people.
I swear there
if
was
you're
like
new to
something
rockets, might
about
think,
it
oh,
that
well,
he
right
actually.
when you take off,
What the
that
hell?
has to be the most, the most force
Why?
that happens on the rocket, but it's actually a function of the weight of the rocket.
Wake up, Alpha.
We hear the giant voice going in the background out of Vandenberg. It sounds like it's the wake-up call for Alpha.
Yeah.
It's actually a function of
What the fuck was that?
the density of the air, the weight of the vehicle. The thrust stays the same, but the weight of the vehicle goes
Why
down
was
because
there
it's
a
blowing up the
horn?
throwing them out the back. That's how it's generating thrust, right? So just the combination of all these forces, like one graph is increasing, one graph is
That was
decreasing,
hilarious.
and they intersect at a point, and that point is max Q.
Yeah, that intersection is between static pressure and dynamic pressure.
DBDB said, I miss
so
Boris
what
J.
Oh yes, we all miss
Tubbles
Boris.
Meister said
But
the
for rockets,
Indian
yeah,
was
you're
the
exactly
last
right.
one.
Like,
We
as
now have
we're
Mr.
going faster and
Starmer in
faster, we're
charge,
getting lighter and
who in a
lighter, and
previous
also
video
the
said that
density of the
Trump was
atmosphere is getting
dangerous
less and
and
less.
now loves him
We
or
hit
is
this kind
sucking
of
up to him.
critical point where the
Yes,
airframe
that is
stress
true.
as much as we
Tubbles
expect to see it
Meister
stress
said
during
we miss
flight.
Boris.
So
Yeah,
yeah, again, that happens at
I
2 plus
think
1 minute and 6 seconds.
Out
That's
of
Q.
all of them,
And then
Boris
about
was the
not quite, a little
less
minute after that, we'll actually hit Miko,
less
which is
hated
when
one.
it
There
cut
was
off.
only
You'll see the
really
rotor shut
one
down,
thing.
and
said
we'll
Lee's
kind of
got the
coast
horn.
for a couple seconds, and then we'll have nominal stage step at 2 plus 2 minutes and 37 seconds.
I think
Right
Boris
after that,
was
lightning
only
will take off,
hated
and we'll start
due
kind of
to
pull away with
the
stage 2.
everyone
And
broke
nominal fairing
lockdown
jettison will
rules
happen shortly after that.
in the
They
House of
protected the
Parliament.
payload for
There
its
was some
trip to space. We don't
parties
need
that went
mass
on.
anymore.
Yep.
I
We're
think
gonna
if
shed
that
it.
hadn't have
And then we'll be
happened,
burning for about 6
I
minutes,
think
a little less than 6 minutes until we
Labour
hit
would
Seco,
not have
which
got
is our
in
second
to
engine
power.
tail.
I
And then
think
today is actually,
people just
something
sort of.
important to note is we
Meister
do
said
have a
I'd
planned
give Morgan
comms
the horn.
blackout at T plus 9 minutes and 17 seconds after Seco.
Oh my god,
So
you
going
guys
down
have got to
into southern
stop.
trajectory, It's going to be
Jesus.
flying a lot over the Pacific Ocean,
Uh,
and that expected planned
poor
comms
Morgan.
blackout means we will no
Should I
longer
even
have
know what
vehicle
sort of
telemetry
abuse she's
coming back
getting?
in real time, and we'll no longer have the vehicle cameras that we hope to share it with you as long as we can. But that comms blackout is actually going to last a little bit longer
Oh.
this morning, all the way up to T plus almost 35 minutes.
Yeah, it lasts quite a while because we're effectively, like you said, we're going over the Pacific Ocean. There's no ground stations down there. We don't have line of sight to anything.
Right.
The Pacific Ocean is.
Oh,
pretty big.
okay.
Like out of range of the rocket cell phone towers.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not
we need
really,
to,
you know
not
what I
really,
mean.
But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
close enough.
It's close.
And
Trying to make it accessible for people. Like, you drove too far. You don't have cell signal anymore.
hey, I think if anybody's watching this rocket launch at the time it is in the morning, they're interested about rockets. At least I hope so. But yeah, we'll actually have our payload deployment in that planned comms blackout. So that will happen at T plus 12 minutes and 42 seconds. So we won't actually see it live today.
Oh.
We're going to regain comms
Okay,
again
so
at T
last
plus
night
34
in the
minutes, so
NASCAR,
way after the payload
Josh
actually deploys.
Berry
Right. And the important thing here
actually
is while all this
hit
is
a
happening,
bird
the rocket
at
isn't sending the telemetry to
190
the ground
miles
in
an
real
hour.
time, but the rocket's recording everything
Yeah.
that's happening. It's recording the telemetry, the
Jeez.
data, it's recording video even, and then when we regain that ground station,
I've just
we're
seen
gonna
it
start
on
downlinking that
X.
information. Now, of course, much to my chagrin as the video camera guy, the telemetry comes first.
Yeah.
The important
DBDB
data,
said
the
the
bits
NASCAR,
and bobs,
haha.
I guess mostly bits there.
Yeah,
that
I
tell tell us the
I love
exactly what
NASCAR. I
happened.
really do.
Those come down first, and it will take quite some time
Tubbles
longer
Meister said,
to
"Oh, I
get
hope the bird didn't
more
damage the
heavier
car or the track."
payloads from a
No,
data perspective.
the
video
birds
files come down so that those
it's
can
not
be
in
shared.
one
But we are
piece. Let's
now
just
less
say
than
that.
5 minutes
Didn't even
away
smash the
from
the
launch.
windscreen. I'm actually quite shocked to that. I'm not
And
actually allowed to
standby
show
for
it either,
information.
which is really annoying. Oh, we have a hold. We have a hold. Hold, hold, hold.
Tubbles Meister said, "Oh no, a three-piece bird."
Yes, a three-piece bird.
As you can see in the upper left-hand corner, it looks like we have encountered another hold here. We saw that pop up. We are going to get you more information on the current status. Hang in there with us and we'll let you know the cause of this hold.
Okay. Right, in here, I need to go here. And I need to
Richie
go...
Rich 370 Gaming said, "I don't see anyone holding rocket."
Oh, funny. Very, very funny. I have a feeling, guys, that this rocket isn't going off today. I mean, there's still plenty of time, but it just feels like... so they might recycle back to... I think it was 15 minutes.
All right, folks, got you some more information on the cause
said,
of this
"I don't
hold.
like birds."
It sounds like the hold is due to GSE, something with the power systems
Ooh.
that teams are currently working through and assessing their options. Now, remember,
Birds are horrible
we did have
things.
a window this morning. So we had started off the day with a 52-minute launch window. Still have some time to work through things here, but we will keep you up to date on this current status. We're going to listen in just a little bit here and see what information we can get. But again, we are in a hold of
GNC.
Flight 6,
Go.
Firefly's Alpha rocket.
Prop 1.
Go.
AVI. Go for recycle. FTS.
Go.
FISPO. Go. MIFCO. PMM.
Go.
MA.
Go.
OSM. CE.
Go for recycle.
MD. LD.
Right, okay. Well,
FSW.
Go.
okay, I'm confused. Right, so they are recycling back to... Where are they recycling back to?
On CD1, we've set the clock for 14:29:47. That is the last minute available in the window. We will be moving towards that, doing the last poll before terminal count.
They are going to go for the very last minute. Okie dokie.
It sounds like the update from Mission Control there is that they are looking at a new T0 that is near the end of the window. Again, did have some time here today in that 52-minute launch window to work through issues as they arose. And it sounds like that is the current plan. The poll you just heard was the recycle poll. Remember, there's the go polls to make sure everything's ready to go. And if they need to coordinate stepping into a recycle, you'll hear a recycle poll like that. So what we just heard, you heard one of the stations actually say go for recycle. That was a recycle poll to make sure everybody's on the same page to step through the events needed to get the vehicle back to a known stable state, so they can shoot for this next launch
21
window.
minutes.
Stay
Cool.
tuned, and as soon as we get that exact number, it's a little up here on the screen, but we'll see if that clock that we have been shared with here is going to be the attempt that they are going for.
Right, here we go. So
If
we are
hear
going
anything
to...
back from Mission Control, we will let y'all listen in. But we were talking through sort of the expectations here, and we were mentioning how that the ground stations work, and the telemetry comes down from the rocket, and we know that
so we're going to
there's that
change our
planned
hold, and we're going to
communications
sync the
blackout
time.
after launch.
3,
About
2,
less
1.
than 10 minutes after launch, we're going to go into a known planned communication blackout, right, Morgan?
There we go.
Yeah, so we'll
We are
pass out
synced
of line
up
of sight of any ground
perfectly.
stations, and we won't get back in line of sight of any.
Right, so this is their very last chance for today. This is targeting the last minute of the mission.
It's okay. We want to know the health of
time.
the vehicle. We want to get that telemetry down first. So that is the top priority to downlink from the vehicle when it regains access to a ground station. Now today, we expect the video payload, or the video replay of the payload deploy, to not come through until T plus 95 minutes, almost
Bloody
an hour,
hell.
or actually more than an hour and a half after launch. So with that delay, the plan here today is after we get a liftoff, we are going to stop the live views from the rocket after SECO when we enter that planned communications block.
The launch window is the words you out.
That's what I meant, yeah.
And we'll talk through a couple more things there, but that is intentional today. When we cut that stream, it's because we don't have any more telemetry.
Right, guys, I'm going to be right back.
And the time that it's going to take us to get that video downlinked,
oh,
an hour and a half.
Okay, why is that 44
minutes?
minutes? Definitely
for an hour and a half, right?
I would love to ramble about structures for as long as you'll let me. You might, Andrew might have to stop me in the background because I would absolutely start to get towards proprietary territory just because of how excited I would be.
With 95 minutes, we could actually hop in the car and drive up to Briggs and then go live from Briggs again.
Oh, yeah.
Future live stream. We're tossing out ideas for the comms team here. But that is a plan today. We will begin to stop the stream here when we receive, or when we're not receiving the telemetry or the video from the vehicle.
I will be right
back,
guys.
We get that delicious visual assets to share with you, the downlink of the payload deploy. That would be so long after liftoff that we will not stay live that entire time. So just setting some expectations there. We know that there's going to be a comms blackout. It's how physics and, I guess, geography works, right? There's just no ground station where the rocket is flying over. And the amount of time it takes to downlink these files will be such that we do intend to intentionally stop the stream before we get to payload deploy. So where are we at? T minus 18 minutes, 18 minutes, 45 seconds. Again, if we get more updates from Mission Control, we'll let you know if that is the time that's going to stick. Are they going for the very end of the window now? We will get you that information as well. But we appreciate you hanging out with us. Let's see if we can't find another couple questions from chat. Give me just a second to read through some of them. I guess remember, if you have questions for us, you can tag us in chat. Just Firefly space over there in the YouTube chat. All right. Don't forget, tag us in chat over there, folks, and we will see if we can't answer some questions, because we do have a little bit of time. Does everybody need to know what happens before and after liftoff again? I think we've covered that one pretty securely here.
I think people get a little annoyed if we cover that again.
You know what I'm interested in is the next liftoff. Back there at Briggs, you were talking about having more rockets sort of in the barn, structures in various phases of production for the next flight. Not how many, but do you have a bunch? Do you have room for more rockets at Briggs?
We kind of don't, at least not in Building 6, which is where all the structures are made.
Right.
We have 3 rockets beyond Flight 6 currently in various manufacturing stages. So yeah, you can't walk around Building 6 without bumping into one structure or another.
Into structures.
Yeah, we have upgraded our tools and processes like crazy, and that's why we can have so many in development at once. I talked about AFP before, that big robotic arm that can lay down strips of carbon fiber.
Yep, very precise, repeatable manner.
Yeah, exactly. We also have something called a 7-axis power mill drill. It's another big robotic arm, because those are a fan favorite, and the purpose of that one is to be able to kind of trim the ends of the barrel.
Hold. GNC.
Go when the clock is fixed.
Prop 1.
Go.
Fluids 1.
Hold on helium.
Structures.
Go.
AVI.
Go.
FTS.
Go.
GC.
Go.
VC.
Go.
PMM.
Go.
LWO.
Go.
FISPO.
Go.
MIFCO.
OSUM. Shut down.
MIFCO. OSUM. ROC.
Go.
MA.
Go.
CE.
Hold.
LD.
It's from the restarts. If you reload your plots, you should be able to mostly see
I need
things.
a clock.
Hold.
Go.
All right, as we were stepping through the pole there, it sounds like we heard a couple of holds One was helium there. I think Fluid said a hold on helium. And then one was software, I think, Morgan?
Yeah. Ground support software? Yeah.
All right, so let's see what happened. There was also a call for a correction to the clock. We had sort of alluded to that. We knew the clock was up there, but we wanted to verify whether or not that clock was what they were counting down towards. Still at T-minus 15 minutes. We don't have the hold officially up there yet, so let's see if we can't get some more information for you. Of course, like we said, letting you listen into Mission Control.
7:29. Right, okay.
All right, brief update. It sounds like the clock that they are currently targeting is the last second of the window. We had 52 minutes this morning, and the T0 that they are working towards is the last second of that 52-minute window, literally using all the time available to get Alpha off the pad this morning.
Oh.
All right, folks. There you have it. Mission Control, the fastest information you could get, but they have called
I ain't got a scrub one yet.
For the day. A couple anomalies they were
Man.
working. You heard right there from Mission Control. We'll get you a little bit more information on that, but if you're following along, officially Alpha's Flight 6 out there at Vandenberg is scrubbed for today.
Man, that's...
Now, we'll talk through just a couple more things here with you. It's not unexpected. Scrubs happen. I mean, the thing
Right,
that
going to end the
usually end up
poll.
saying is that you'd rather be on the ground wishing you were flying.
So 4 of you were wrong.
Wishing you were on the ground. Morgan, let's talk a little bit
Yeah.
about the next steps.
Yeah,
here
you said it, didn't you?
Yeah,
So,
like I
you
said,
know.
scrubs are kind of a dime a dozen. They happen all the time. This is a very complex
Oh well,
operation.
it's
We're
better
doing
to
Oh, really?
scrub than to blow up.
At this
So,
point, the team
well,
will now work with the range
somewhat.
and our customer,
Depends
Lockheed
what.
Martin, to determine the next available window for launch.
Depends what
It could be as
rocket
soon as
it
tomorrow.
is.
We'll keep everybody updated. And our ground support team will assess this current situation and
Well,
work on the path
that
to
was
solve
fun.
the issue as quickly as possible.
Meister said
we can
it's
get back to
not all
launching as
bad.
quickly
We
as
get to
possible.
see Morgan for the next one.
Keep you
Face
informed
saver
with more details as to what's going
Oh,
on.
wouldn't it
But
be
again,
funny if she's not on there?
scrubbed for today. Sounds like an issue with the ground
Meister said,
support
"Can I
equipment
scrub
that the
Morgan's
teams are
back?"
going to work through. In that final poll there, we did hear a couple
As
of
long as you
teams,
get
call
consent,
in with
that's all that
holds,
matters.
Both on the software side and the fluids
Oh,
side,
man.
it sounded like.
Oh, actually,
so
I
today,
wanna know.
no launch for Flight 6 out there
I'm gonna
at Vandenberg.
actually
To
add.
keep up to date with the new launch date, make sure you're following Firefly on
gonna
social
add
media. There's a couple
scrub.
different places you can do that. Mostly just
said
Firefly
Dad said
Space,
yes, it's
Firefly
okay.
Aerospace, if you're looking for us. But this is going to conclude today's broadcast. Morgan, as always, thank you so much for joining me and helping me hold it down while we had a couple of different scrubs there, continuing to communicate what's going on with the
right,
viewers
here we
back at
go.
home.
Yeah, for sure. I had a great time. I love doing this, and hopefully next time we can send it.
All right. And folks, thanks to you at home as well for joining us. This is how it goes in the launch industry. Did not get a launch today. Have a couple days left in the actual launch window, extending all the way up to the 1st, if I'm not mistaken. And we are going to share with you exactly what date we'll be able to target over on social media. Maybe as soon as tomorrow, maybe a couple days after that. But keep in touch so that you know what's going on. Thank you again so much for joining us and hanging in there with us over the launch broadcast.
I don't get rid of the hold. I forgot how to get rid of the hold.
And we will see you nerds later.
We will see you nerds later. I love it. Right. Okay.
System is armed.
Oh.
Vehicle is transitioned to autonomous mode. We will go for launch.
Well, guys, that
3,
unfortunately
2,
is the end of this stream. I'm just getting my... What am I doing? Why is it... Really annoying. I'm trying to get that perfect. There we go.
Operations will continue on CD1.
Damn.
T plus 1 minute.
Right. We're going to let the intro run out.
Execute.
Because I really do like the intro.
Stage separation. Bearing separation confirmed.
Jeez, look at that. Do. Oh, they have to end with the 5. That's cool. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the stream. Right, well, we will be back later on tonight for we have blah 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 blah.
Meister said go on clear off.
So we have a Starlink mission tonight from the same place, Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. And then later on tonight, so I'm going to basically do a double header live stream. I don't know if I'll be able to do the other Starlink mission very early in the morning. We will see how we're going, because I've got to get up early tomorrow to go out. So we have a Starlink mission, then we have the project.
Meister said wimp.
Wimp. Hey, some of us are going to get some sleep. So we have the Project Kuiper mission later on tonight at 12 a.m. UK time. So that's going to be crazy to see.
Meister said with you boyfriend.
No, I am taking the daughter out to nursery, and then I am then going out for a bike ride with the wife. So we are spending some time together, and we're going to go down. We're going to cycle to McDonald's. Because, you know, what better encouragement do you need?
Tubbles Meister said that's not early.
That's early. I'm going to get up at 7 a.m. That is very early for me. Considering I don't get up for work till 7:45. That's 45 minutes early. It's actually getting a bit warmer in here now.
Tubbles Meister said which McDonald's?
Petersfield McDonald's. That is where we're thinking of going. So we're going to do the old A3 route that I used to do. Possibly Butser Hill and stuff like that. So we're going to see. So basically I'm shooting over, take daughter to nursery.
Meister said, oh nice, may join.
I mean, you can come join us, yeah. Meet us down there. It'd be quite funny actually. But guys, for now, thank you very, very much for watching. We shall be back later on. I'm going to try and start live stream a little bit earlier. Try for 8:30. Because
Meister said very funny he doesn't have a bike.
He does have a bike. He's got one in the shed. I've seen it. But yeah, so I'm going to try and start the live stream a little bit earlier later tonight. I'll make that up in a bit. But yeah, for now, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Why was I recording?
Tubbles Meister said I don't.
You don't. Yeah, you don't. Hey, you can chong along on your... I've got the trailer. We can put you in there. Right, guys. Well, I shall see you guys later on tonight, hopefully. I will be hopefully starting around 8:30 p.m. UK time. So, guys, thank you very, very much for watching. I'm Lee. Fly safe. Land safe. I'll see you guys later. Bye.